raw at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I regret that I didn't heal sooner so that I could have been more helpful. I know there's nothing I can do that changes all of that, but it's all it is it's just grief. Like anytime we experience a loss, there is
Mm-hmm.
grief, and there's going to be grief, and it's awful and it's horrible, and you just all you can do is wade your way through it. And
Right.
the more that I let myself grieve and cry, the faster it goes.
May I play your uh, video of your
Sure.
statement? Do
Yeah,
you know
sure.
is there a timestamp where you start reading it, or is it just right at the beginning?
Yeah, it's pretty much at the beginning. I just said, I didn't realize that. Actually looked it up. I said, could family members of the defendant give a victim impact statement? Because I've said this before on your channel, murderers kill their families, and the family is
Absolutely.
the victim.
Yes.
But no, it turns out that family members of the defendant can only give a character reference or mitigation
For
evidence.
medication,
And
right.
so I was like, okay, I could have given a character reference. And you guys know how I feel about her, so it's not going to be a good reference.
Right, exactly.
It's going to be an accurate reference. So
Right.
that's basically what it is.
And Kresha is here. Kresha, I'm going to bring you up here. We're going to listen to Keegan Monners. She's changed her
Oh,
name to try and hide people, to try and hide from people.
Yeah,
She's now Keegan
I
Monner.
want to say this too, by the way.
Yes. Yes.
Before I was finished writing this, I sent this to Kresha because I was like, hey, if there's anything in there that like sparks an idea, or if you want to use some of it, go ahead and use some of it. And I was blown away when Kresha started reading my words
That was great. And she gave
during
you
her
credit.
statement. And
Yes.
she did give me credit, and you'll probably be able to pick up the part of it. But I was absolutely blown away. I was so grateful and so honored that she would.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just going to cry over here. It's fine.
It's okay. Kresha, we're going to play Megan's
I
statement
haven't
that she
heard
wrote.
it.
Yeah, so hang tight. We're going to bring that up right now and play that for everybody. So here we go. Let me share this with you right now. Here we go.
I didn't realize it until it was too late, but family members of a defendant at a criminal trial can present character references during the sentencing phase. Since I didn't realize it in time to actually do it, I decided instead that I would write a character reference for my cousin, Lori Vallow-Daybell, and read it here on my channel. To the Honorable Judge Justin Boreski, I'm writing this character reference for my cousin, the defendant in these two cases, as a member of her extended family who has known her for many years. I have grieved deeply over the tragic events that have led us to this point, and I recognize the gravity of the charges and convictions. Today, I feel compelled to share my perspective on Lori's character based on our shared history. As a child, she had wispy white blonde hair and bright blue eyes. She was a little chubby for the first 10 years or so, which I thought made her infinitely huggable, but her brothers teased her terribly for it. By the time she was 13, she had turned skinny and tall and grew her hair long. She was very pretty and started looking for modeling jobs. She was a cheerleader, always surrounded by friends, and she could have dated anyone she wanted. The defendant and I are a little over 1 year apart in age, and as a child, I visited with her and her family during summers when they lived in Southern California. We went to the beach together and to amusement parks. We both loved to sing, and we recorded songs together. After I graduated from high school, I lived with her and her brother Adam for a short time when they lived in Austin, Texas together. She and her sister were bridesmaids at my wedding. Her oldest son and my oldest daughter were close for the first decade of their lives. She was a hairdresser, and I often drove to Austin so that she could do my hair. For the 10 years her parents lived in San Antonio, our families spent a lot of time together, gathering at her parents' house for holidays, birthdays, and special events dozens of times a year. I had the opportunity to observe this family very closely for a very long time. Their family stories were mine too. I understand how their family system works and what they value. I believe that family values shape an individual's character and have a profound effect on behavior. And so I understand this defendant and her character on a very deep level. Alex Cox also lived in San Antonio for a few years, as did his oldest sister, Stacy. One night, Alex asked me to come with him to the family home to check on Stacy. He was worried about her because she had been depressed lately. She had type 1 diabetes and gastroparesis, a serious complication caused by years of disordered eating. Stacy had been left in San Antonio alone while this defendant, her parents, and her sister went on a vacation to Hawaii. Alex told me that Stacy had said she was going to, quote, take a big shot and go to bed. When he and I arrived at the house, we found Stacy not in her room, but in her parents' bed. She was unresponsive. We called 911 and followed the ambulance to the hospital, where doctors informed us that Stacy was in a diabetic coma from which she would never wake. They told us she had only a few days to live, and so in the absence of her parents, my father arranged for hospice care. Stacy's family remained in Hawaii. She died just a few days later while their family was finally on the plane home. She was just 32 years old. I later learned that Janice and Barry, Stacy's parents, and the parents of this defendant, had told Stacy that maybe she was just meant to die young and that maybe it was, quote, just her time to go. I believe this incident reflects what this family values and helps partially explain why the defendant has so little regard for human life. As to the defendant's character, her name is Lori Noreen Cox. She was an unloved daughter. She didn't even get her own name. She was never allowed to be herself, an individual with their own identity and their own life. She was always told she was someone else, living someone else's life. 2 years before Lori was born, Janice Cox gave birth to a baby girl, her third child. They named her Laura Lee. They called her Lolly. Sadly, Lolly was born with an undiagnosed congenital heart defect, and she died when she was just 6 weeks old. When Janice got pregnant just over a year later, she was convinced that this baby was Lolly's spirit coming back to her. In her grief over losing her infant daughter, Janice convinced herself that she never lost Lolly, but that Lolly was so special that she was allowed to come back to Earth again. And then she convinced Lori that she was Lolly. The reality is that Lolly was lost. The hard truth is that sometimes infants die, and there's no reasoning and no explanation that makes it feel better. But Lori's mother couldn't sit with that. She couldn't accept that, and so instead, she taught Lori that she was Laura Lee. She taught Lori that Laura Lee must have had a special mission, and that's why her spirit got to come back into Lori's body. So essentially, Janice taught Lori that she didn't matter. She taught Lori that she didn't deserve to have her own name or her own life or her own identity. She devoured Lori. And then, to make matters worse, Lori was violated. I don't have any evidence, just rumors and family stories, but I know how it feels and what it looks like and what behaviors are developed as a result of that trauma. And so I recognize all of that in her. So even though I don't know when or how or by whom exactly, she does. She knows what happened. She knows who did it to her. She may pretend that it never happened, but the memory of it lives in her cells, and she can't ignore it because those feelings come for her and they find her in the quiet moments she wishes would go away. I know what it feels like. It feels like you're crazy. Sometimes survivors are even told that they are crazy, because if we're crazy, then nothing we say really matters. The perpetrator prevails. The perpetrator gets to keep living his life while we suffer, because somehow secrecy is more important than our sanity. Somehow his reputation is worth more than our minds. But that's life. Shit happens. We are all treated badly at some point. We are all abused. Nobody gets out of this life without being hurt by someone they should have been able to trust. What matters is what we choose to do when we are used or abused or betrayed. Some of us say that we will never hurt anyone the way that we were hurt, but not Lori. She decided that she would never be hurt again the way she was hurt. And so she built walls instead of bridges. Instead of risking rejection and asking for what she needed, she took what she needed. She stole what she thought she needed. All along the way, she stole again and again. She stole from her family. She stole from Nelson. She stole from Billy. She stole from me. She stole from Joe. And then, when it was lolly time, she stole from Charles. She stole from Tammy. She stole from Brandon. She stole from Colby. And in the worst act of betrayal possible, she stole the lives of her own children. She stole everything from Tylee, and she stole everything from JJ. There are lots of reasons people steal, but for Lori, I want to focus on 4. Sometimes people steal out of scarcity. Some people steal when they think they can't get what they need on their own. Sometimes they steal for the thrill of it, and sometimes they steal just because they can. I think Lori started stealing for the first reason. I think that her lack of identity caused her to steal time and attention. She was the kind of person who fished for compliments. She was the kind of person who compelled people to flatter her. When people weren't paying attention to her, she did something shocking to make them pay attention. When she didn't win the Mrs. Texas pageant, she decided she didn't need Joe's money anymore, and she discarded him in the most vile way possible, accusing him of being a pedophile, attempting to destroy his reputation, and stealing the most important thing, which was time with Tylee. Then she started stealing other people's attention too. She didn't adopt JJ because she loved him. She adopted him because she wanted the label of being a mom to a special needs child. Instead of actually caring about giving him a loving home with Charles, what she cared about was being seen, buying him a service dog, and being seen, enrolling him in a special school. She didn't tell people about his autism to help him get what he needed. She told people so that she could get what she needed, which was always to have the spotlight on her instead of the people who mattered. If pancreatitis was the correct diagnosis for Tylee, I believe Lori caused it. She didn't sit in the hospital with her because she cared about her, but because she wanted to be able to use her sickness to gain sympathy for herself. She poisoned Tylee. She poisoned Charles. She poisoned Larry. And she poisoned Melani against Brandon, just like she poisoned her religion. I think she poisoned for the thrill of it. It was like her sick little secret that she thought nobody knew. If she ever did make green chili enchiladas, they were probably poisoned. She enjoyed the thrill of being able to control people's health and well-being. Only insecure people poison. It's a passive act. The victim will feel the effects when the poisoner isn't around. The poisoner is a coward who can't confront people directly and doesn't have the stomach to actually watch someone suffer. But everyone around Lori suffered. Unfortunately, I think Tylee suffered the most. She was an unloved daughter of an unloved daughter. Tylee was bright and beautiful, just like Lori had been as a child. And so, as Tylee grew into a smart and talented young lady, fiercely loyal and protective of JJ, she became a threat to Lori. Nobody in Lori's orbit was allowed to be smarter or skinnier or prettier than her, and so she discarded everyone who fit that description. But since Tylee was a child, Lori could still use her and manipulate her. And so Lori kept Tylee small, and she kept Tylee sick. And she used Tylee for her games and her whims and her twisted sadism. Lori took Tylee's life long before she was murdered. She devoured her. Charles outsmarted Lori when he changed his life insurance policy. And not only did Kay benefit, she also caused a lot of problems for Lori when she started asking, "Where is JJ?" Lori and Alex escaped justice for attacking Joe Ryan with a slap on the wrist. They avoided any accountability for his suspicious death. They eluded the police in Chandler, landing safely in Chad Daybell's backyard. And the only person causing them problems was the very person who got the money they killed Charles for. So killing JJ was not just about, quote, too many kids. It was also about exacting revenge on Kay, who was threatening to do what Lori has always feared: expose her as a fraud, a liar, a thief, and a murderer. She killed JJ just because she could. I think she's proud of what she's done. I think she secretly wanted to open the door to her previous convictions so she could see the looks of shock and horror on the jurors' faces. I think she likes being called a murderer, but she doesn't really deserve the distinction, if you can call it that, because she lacked the courage to actually cause that kind of depraved suffering. And so she always made someone else pull the trigger. I'm sure you didn't watch her interviews, so it might surprise you to know that there was a look of concealed delight on her face when a reporter called her a serial killer. The truth is that Lori is one of the most deeply insecure people I've ever met. All of her bragging and grandstanding is simply a mask she wears so that nobody will see how much she truly hates herself and how needy she is. But in that quiet space between awake and asleep, when the cameras are gone and there's nobody watching her, she knows who she really is and what she has really done. And she's terrified of being exposed as the fraud that she is. So instead of sitting with those thoughts and feelings, that's the time she uses to plot and plan what she will do and say to cover up reality and manufacture a world in which she is all the things she pretends to be. It must be exhausting. The courtroom is the scariest place for people like Lori because there are rules about evidence and procedure. It's probably the only place in the world where her tactics can't work. The thing that manipulators fear more than anything else is public failure. And Lori knew she was failing over and over and over, which is why her tactics became increasingly desperate as the trials wore on. Because she was being held accountable for the first time, she couldn't handle the shame, and her last timid attempt to regain control was to fake being sick. Although she may have actually been ill, her malingering was another tactic to avoid accountability, public failure, and inescapable humiliation. I will not address the defendant directly, but if I was going to say anything to her, I would tell her that she is despised by the public. And although she might have enjoyed a brief bout of infamy, she is nothing close to famous. I would let her know that all of her fretting about throwing up on TV was unnecessary because it's not even being televised. It's only a tiny corner of the internet that cares enough to watch her trial. And even those people are already turning their attention elsewhere. Many of the channels that used to cover her case are now covering bigger, more important stories. Many of them didn't even care enough to cover her sentencing here. The only reason she got interviews here is because the more she talks, the more she reveals the truth of what really happened. So she's been outsmarted again. And what will sting her worse than that is to realize that she's the one who's being manipulated and used. So, Judge, even though her badly spelled handwritten motions fail to make any rational conclusions or have any basis in law, the defendant isn't stupid. She just isn't what one would call book smart. The only thing she really knows how to do is manipulate people, use them, and then discard them, just like any garden variety narcissist. I believe she's too cowardly to actually tell the truth or to face the reality of what she's done, and so she will continue to live in her delusion until the day she dies. I respectfully ask the court to make sure she dies in prison. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Megan Connor, cousin of Tylee, JJ, Charles, and Brandon, admirer of Tammy Daybell, truth teller, pot stirrer, revolutionary.
Wow, that was incredible, my dear. Let me put the link up here in chat again so everybody can watch it and see. I mean, that was just so powerful. In fact, I wrote some stuff down. Unloved daughter of an unloved daughter. That is so true. You know, she wasn't allowed to have her own identity. She was Lolly. And, you know, so much of that was just so incredibly compelling. And again, I hope that really helps you. I hope that helps get rid of all of this, whatever, you know, I don't know how to describe it. Like I said, it's just like a nuclear bomb has gone off and all of this big mushroom cloud of emotion is inside. You know, we need to get it out. And I want to stress this more than anything. If you don't get out your emotions, if you bury them, they will come out in another way and in a horrible way. I was told that when I was 20 years old and I didn't believe it. And honest to God, at 40, it happened. And it was all because I just smashed it all down, you know? So everybody, please, please don't hesitate to get help. Don't hesitate to go to talk therapy. Don't hide it. Talk about it. Get it out. Get it out. And somebody in chat was saying, please don't change your name, Megan. I need you.
It's just a joke, everybody.
I think you're just going to be Keegan Monner just for today. And Kresha from Difficult Research, my God, woman, we were all so proud of you. You know,
Amazing.
And the thing is, people don't realize, you know, people like Megan and myself, and we're used to standing up and just going blah, 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 you know, chatting and all of that. But if you're not used to getting in front of people, and here you are, not only are you in front of the judge, you're in front of Lori, the killer, you know, you have this horrible emotional trauma that you've had, your uncle and your nephew being murdered, and there are people in the courtroom watching you, and then everybody on the internet is watching you. And you did amazingly well. And so did your brother. I want to reach through and just hold him and just hold him and say, good for you. You know, you did great. So, Kresha, talk about your statement.
It was okay. So the drive over there, I was thinking I was going to be able to work on it. And with Jason's ailments and his health issues, we kind of learned things along the way. Okay. And so he was driving, and then, I mean, it's like a 19, 20-hour drive, which I turned it into like days long because I'm about to tell you. And so he also has type 2 diabetes, and it affects his eyes. He had went to the eye doctor probably about last week or the week before we left.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to go to a specialist. Anyway, so he was like, I see 7 lanes. And I was like, pull over.
Oh my God. Yeah. There's not 7 lanes there. Time for me to drive.
So right. That, you know, you just adapt and overcome, right? We had to get there. So you just do what you got to do. Pulled over on the side, off the interstate, and slept for 5 hours, you know, and then just got back to it. And I took on the entire drive back, and we got back today.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I am beat up from the feet up early.
I can imagine. Yes.
But so I was just thinking that I was going to be able to work on it. And I was just like, oh well. I've written a couple, you know, but when it comes down to go time, when I push live on here, something goes on in my brain, and it gridlocks. And I'm just like, duh. It doesn't matter how long I worked on something. It's elaborate. It's long. It's huge. It's very informative. It goes one way in my brain, but then my brain frazzles. And then y'all get to witness it, most of you guys. So,
well, no, you did. Kresha, you did great. You really did.
I'm just talking about the live streams, you know.
Oh, your live streams. Oh, hey, we all do that. Don't beat yourself up. I mean, I get on here sometimes, and I literally open my mouth and I start gurgling like, oh, you know, that's how I started out, because, you know, you're just not prepared. So, and we all love you for it. We think you're amazing, and you are amazing. And I'm sorry to hear that Todd has diabetes too. I do too.
Jason,
not Todd, allegedly.
Not yet.
and he just
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
I take Manjaro, and that cured it. But I
I
still
need
have it.
some. I need some Manjaro, some Ozempic, whatever it's called. I
Manjaro
need
has
some
been
weight
a
loss
godsend.
stuff.
Talk to your doctor about it. It was in 10 minutes of me taking it, I felt better. You know,
You look
so,
better, you sound better.
oh,
I've noticed
everything,
a huge
everything is,
difference.
yeah, it's huge. I look at myself 2 years ago. You can't even recognize me. My face is bloated. I'm just, you know.
It's very, it drags you down. And I mean, I'm not fat shaming myself. I'm just like, I don't like the way I feel in my body. I don't like the way I look. I'm just being honest, I mean, I don't want to sit here and feel shameful about that too. And it is shameful. I'm just like, oh my God. And I have to go up there and stand in front of everybody. Yay. Why not?
You did great though. And so did your mom.
And
I
you look
love
great. So you did.
and you did look great. And you look great now. You look great. And I loved it when your mom turned the podium. I was so, I knew the judge. I knew why the judge said you can't do that. But
Trina
they did
looked
that.
like she was a linebacker, and she was. It's what it looked like from where I was.
I know, she
like
just picked it up, just
I was
like the
oh,
Hulk,
shit.
just and but they did that in the Brian Kohlberger case, and the judge let him do it. But I can see why they wouldn't do it here. Emotions are running so high, and the point of a victim's impact statement is you're not supposed to.
Right.
You do it to the perpetrator. It's supposed to be about you and yeah. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, okay, so that's something I learned while I was sitting. We sat in the jury box, right? And so I did get to see her face, but I've lost count as to the eye rolls, as to her facial expressions.
She was doing,
when my brother,
Lori was doing eye rolls.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
And I swear her and her investigator, I swear they're playing cat or hangman or tic-tac-toe. It's nothing, relevant at all. But she looks at him and them, and I think I'm not trying to say he seems like an instigator, not so much an investigator.
So is that Jeff White? Was he there? Was that who that he was there?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he was sitting right next to Lori. Lori was whispering in his ear and laughing and flirting and all that.
Of course.
Wow, I didn't know he finally showed up. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, why does she need them right now? Like, what is the point?
Well, he obviously.
He was handcuffed the whole time.
He was.
I remember looking at it. I was like, oh yeah, well, do this. She came.
And everybody's got to love Aunt Vicky. Rot in jail. Oh yeah, and you just hear the judge go, everybody this way. Everyone gets kicked out. It was worth it though. It was so worth it.
The court clerk said, "Yeah, we're not going to we're not allowed to do that." And so everybody out right now. And I was like, when we got back into the family room, I wanted to say, "All right, who got us kicked out?" Because I couldn't see who it was at the time.
I walked back to the parking garage with Aunt Vicky, and and then court TV guy was right there, Matt Johnson, I think his name is. And she was trying to pawn him off on me. She was like, she has a podcast. I was like, stop it. She's like, I gave your little boy a cookie. I was like, oh Lord, she's a mess.
She's a
fun mess. I'm glad she got her digging. I'm glad she got her voice in.
And she needed to. She absolutely needed to. Now, Kresha and Megan, I want to ask you about something. Kresha, you sent me a text.
I did. I started to plot.
Now, can we talk about this, about what happened in the family area at the courthouse?
Yep.
Okay. Do you mind if I'll just read exactly what you said? How's that?
Okay.
Is that okay?
I was driving while don't come after me.
Okay. Well, no. I know what you. I can read voice to text. I can translate. So that's it. So here we go.
I need to get better at that.
And Keegan Monner. I think you were there too, weren't you? I think
I was. Yeah,
I'm putting my name by this, and so I don't. I'm like, if she wants to, she can. I'm just saying, I'm putting my name on this.
Okay.
And then,
so this is your text to me. You say Trina K pulled both our families into another room off the back of the courtroom, where Trina implied charges were coming against Melanie. She looked at Brandon and said, "You and I are going to have a meeting to talk about you know who." We all smiled. We all smiled ear to ear. Let's see. We all smiled ear to ear. We knew exactly who and what she was talking about. I'm driving, got to cut it short. Love you. Thanks. When I read that, I immediately, I think I even called you, Stacy.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I'm like, just panting like a dog. It's like, this is great. This is fantastic.
Fact. I just want to it's not fact. It's what I picked up on. She didn't come right out and say it. She also didn't do this in private, and we were all right there. And I mean, I think that was just the vibe after what we all just went through.
Right.
She went through it too, and I mean, I know that they have to be very strategic about it because there are 4 children involved, 5 children really, if you count her other child.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strategy that has to go on because we do not, again, that's the whole point. We don't want another situation where there's married kids. I mean, I know Alex is not here, but Edgar is. Okay. That's all right. I'm saying.
And let's remind everybody, Edgar is Summer's former boyfriend, who she has said in a text message that if Edgar did this, he wouldn't leave witnesses and he's a better shot or something like that.
He wouldn't miss.
He wouldn't miss. Yeah. And so it's like, what the, who are these people?
Yeah.
But
okay. So I have a question because I didn't know about Edgar. I was at Chad Daybell's trial. Oh, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Oh, you mean okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know about Edgar right now.
No, yeah. Well, I didn't know about it earlier. So I was standing in the hallway talking to Lauren Matthias, and Vicky Hoban came up and we were introduced and we were talking, and Vicky said to me, "So is Summer still having an affair?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, you didn't know?"
Wow.
And I was like, okay, so, Summer is probably the most stable. I know that's not really like a good designation, but one of the most stable of the cousins because she's been married the longest. She and Jeff, have lived in the same place for a long time. He's a chiropractor. He has a business. She helps him in his practice. I had no idea of any of this. And Vicky was like, "Yeah, I have the pictures. So can you please fill me in? Like, I don't know how this, I don't know what went on. I know nothing about this."
I want to hear this too. I mean, I know of Edgar, but I didn't know this either. Presha, the scoop, please.
I need to clarify, Megan, when did you first hear about this?
At Chad Daybell's trial.
Okay, that's all right.
About Edgar. She's talking about Edgar.
Yeah.
See, I thought Edgar was one of Summer's ex, from high school or something. But then I've looked at the picture of her and Edgar,
snuggling.
He's behind her.
Guys, I just deleted that picture. I just deleted it because I needed room.
Just a second.
What the heck, Trish? Next time, send them to me and I'll say.
And I was like, she don't look like she's in high school there. So just throwing that in there. But I mean, all I'm saying, I don't care who he is to her. I just know that he was mentioned.
Yeah.
And that he would not miss. And Lori wanted to know where he was about the Tesla incident,
Yeah, this was about when Brandon, wasn't it about when Brandon was shot?
It was about when Brandon was shot, and Lori was pretending like she didn't know anything about it. And she said to Summer, I think in the text message, could it have been Edgar? And Summer said, no, Edgar is usually better about making it look natural.
Like an accident.
Also, he wouldn't mess.
Oh, natural. Yeah.
He wouldn't miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many freaking murder for
what?
hire?
I'm sorry. What?
Right.
Let's just can we just stop for a second and say the fact that Summer knows somebody who's a hitman.
That won't miss.
And it's just a known fact between the two sisters that they're talking about this after Brandon has been shot at is wild. It's just absolutely crazy. Wild.
It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. I've got the picture right here. Hold on. Oh,
and that sure as heck wouldn't be my first thought or comment after something like that. That's crazy.
We asked her about the Tesla incident and she was like, Tesla the company? Or, she was playing stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretending not to know about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Sorry, this is you've used it as a thumbnail, this picture, and I'm trying to get it, and the thumbnail isn't coming up, Presha. Do you have that picture handy?
I'll get it while y'all talk.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, so this person, now I didn't I thought this was an old boyfriend. I've never heard of quote unquote an affair happening, but that's what Aunt Vicky
Allegedly.
said.
Oh yeah.
That's what Aunt Vicky said. She said, "I've seen the pictures," and I was like, "What?"
Oh, now we've
Can
only
you
seen one,
send them
so
to
we're
me?
the pictures. Man,
Yeah.
Mormons have
Yeah.
the good news, man. They
And
get all the
also,
good goss.
I would like you, Trisha, if you wouldn't mind, to reiterate your story about being at CrimeCon at Summer's interview.
Yeah. She was interviewed by Nate Eaton, and it was very well received, very positive. And about the woman who asked the question about
Yep.
being normal. Yeah. So
And at the same time of Chad's sentencing.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
no, it was CrimeCon was happening as the Chad Daybell trial was ending.
ending, right.
And so the verdict was read while people were at
There you
CrimeCon.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to set the stage a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this was a packed room, and everybody was just, fawning over Summer, and she did a great job. It was very interesting. But this woman got up, and I swear I want to find her and hug her. And she basically said, "What happened in your family? You, and I'm totally paraphrasing here. Your family raised basically two serial killers. You can't have something like this happen with these two adults to grow up like this and to do these things without something big happening in your childhood.
Some kind of dysfunction.
Some kind of dysfunction. Something happened. What went wrong?" And people started booing her, and I'm like, "Yay!" And then I kind of calmed down because I didn't want to get killed. But yeah, and Summer swore up and down that absolutely nothing happened. They had a great childhood. There was nothing she could point to. There was no dysfunction. I mean, she, and people are cheering, yay. And it's like, no, this woman was right. This woman was absolutely correct in saying something happened in your childhood. There was some dysfunction. There was something horrible that happened to all of you growing up, because you can't have two adults that turn into serial killers without having something horrible happen. And Megan, you touched on it. A lot of this would be explained if it comes out that Lori was sexually abused. That would explain a lot of this. Again, we don't have any, yeah.
No evidence, no proof, just like I said, family rumors and stories. But like I also said, it happened to me. And so I recognize in her a lot of the same behaviors and the same coping strategies and the same personality traits. And I do want to say, Trace on the Case mentioned Summer was at the sentencing.
That's right, she was. What did she do? I mean, did she talk to anybody?
So I saw her right when I walked in. We met eyes. She saw me. She knew I was there.
And
Trace
she
on the
recognized
Case
you, right?
Yes, she knew that I was there. Yes. And basically Trace on the Case said that, the only thing that Summer really had to say to the people she was sitting next to was that I'm a liar.
But she was there for the victims.
Me. I'm a liar. Megan is a liar.
She said you were a liar.
Yep.
You. What?
Yeah.
I mean, this is Summer's whole narrative. Summer says that I'm lying. Summer says that when Alex stole Stacy's credit cards, she says that I also used them and or benefited from it, which is absolutely not true.
Right.
Summer says that I have never been in therapy, and that if I was in therapy, the only reason that I went was to learn the lingo so I would sound like I knew what I was talking about.
You know what? She's nuts. She's just nuts.
You read her emails to Adam, so you know how judgmental she sounds.
This is Edgar and Summer.
Yeah, it's just a moving picture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But no, I think this is important. And this is, and I might be able to find the text messages between Lori and Summer about this, but they're talking about just like, oh, you do? Can you bring it up?
I mean, I have a video that I made that's.
Well, can you say that? Yeah, can you put the video? Yeah. You put the video up and we'll play it. But
Hello,
is it up?
and welcome to my channel. My name is Crusher K. Easton.
I can hear it.
I am the daughter of
Can you guys hear it?
Woodcock and Larry Woodcock. I am the aunt of JJ Vallow and the niece of Charles Vallow. I've been getting a lot of messages in regards to Chandler Police Department's investigation that came out through the FOIA request. A few text exchanges between Lori and her sister Summer. Nate Eden of East Idaho News invited Summer Cox Shiflett to be his guest at CrimeCon. I'm going to read the text exchange between Lori Vallow Daybell and her sister Summer Cox Shiflett. Looking on page 314,
It's
of
blurry. I'm
the
sorry.
Chandler Police Department FOIA docs, I'm going to read a small excerpt, text exchange between Lori Vallow Daybell and her sister Summer Cox Shiflett. In both of Lori's accounts, she had regular communication with her sister Summer, who was listed in her phone as, quote, some, unquote. The number linked to Summer was blank. Summer also shared Lori's religious belief. I'm going to repeat that. Summer also shared Lori's religious beliefs. On 10/7/2019, so this was after Brandon Boudreaux had gotten shot at, Summer sent Lori a message asking if she already knew about the Tesla incident. I'm reminding you that Brandon Boudreaux drove a Tesla. Lori responded at 15:51 hours, indicating that she did not know. Summer asked if she could call or text. Lori asked Summer to text her. The following is the text string as it appears. Summer, an incident that supposedly happened to Brandon. Sounds highly suspicious. Lori, Brandon's Tesla or the Tesla company? Summer, Brandon's. He claims someone shot at him and shot the window to his Tesla a few days ago. Police are looking into it. Summer also texts, I think he is either trying to set Al up or making a future hit on Mel. Make him look innocent, knowing him. But who knows, knowing him. Sounds suspicious to me. On page 315 of 1108, the conversation continues. Lori, maybe it was Edgar? Where is he? Summer. She sent a bunch of question marks and emojis with the male female symbol. I doubt it was him. He wouldn't miss or leave witnesses. He usually makes things look like natural causes, but I don't know where he is or what he is doing. Summer also texts. He has a message to me on his Smule page, but I haven't responded. Summer then forwarded Lori an image of an unknown subject on music recording app Smule with the username of, quote, XZZYZX, unquote. It is suspected that this was Edgar. Searching Smule through Lori's iCloud account, I discovered that she was using this app to send songs or communicate with Chad Daybell as well. This was evident in the links that they would send to each other. And that is the end of that text string. So let me know what you think. Do you think that Edgar is a hitman? Do you think he is just Summer's old high school boyfriend? Do you think that the picture of Summer and Edgar is as recent as high school? It doesn't look like that to me. It looks like, a couple years ago, if that. So let me know what you think. And let's not forget, we still have a trial coming up in Arizona.
Okay.
And
So
we want to get justice for.
all right. So just that
Wow.
part. For
Okay.
Sure.
That was great. So everybody, just to get everybody caught up, Edgar was supposedly Summer Cox's boyfriend in high school. That
No,
picture,
I thought so. I thought so.
yeah, but that picture that you saw does not look like high school. Aunt Vicky said something to Megan about, is Summer still having the affair with Edgar? And those text messages between Summer and Lori, where they're casually talking about Edgar being a hitman. There's no laughing. There's no, this is a joke. It sounded legit. I mean, it sounded like, what the hell, And that these text messages came out because of a FOIA request. Was that it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's in the Chandler. That's in the Chandler police document. The
Right.
FOIA request. Yeah.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Kresha, because that's so important to get out there. And remember, at CrimeCon, she was a star, guys. I mean,
Celebrated. Playing the victim role.
Right. Big time.
Can't
Big time.
stand it. I
Big
cannot
time.
stand it because what Janice, what Summer did was enable a murderer
Yes.
and murderers to go kill everybody. And then you can't play both sides.
Right. Exactly.
Not in my world. Okay.
Yeah.
You are dangerous. Like I'm leery of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
and so
alarming. It's scary.
yeah, it is. And in the FOIA documents, the detective writing the report, and forgive me, I forget which one it is, interviewed Summer when she got back from New York because she was in New York when Charles was killed. And the detective came to the conclusion that Summer was, quote, an unwitting accomplice.
Yep. I thought it was
Which
participant.
basically means, an unwitting participant, maybe.
Yeah.
Which basically means that Summer did help Lori to isolate Charles, but Summer didn't know that Charles was actually going to be killed. But I call bullshit on that. And
Plausible
here's why.
deniability.
Here's why.
Right.
Summer knew that Alex had attacked Joe Ryan.
Yep.
Summer knew that Alex's plan was to tase Joe Ryan, throw him in the back of the trunk, and get rid of him somewhere else.
Right.
Summer
Right.
knew that Alex's intent was murderous at that time. She knew that he had a history of violence against Lori's romantic partners.
Mm-hmm.
And so Summer had to have known that was the plan with Charles too. She had to have at least suspected or had that idea that it was possible that Alex could have gotten violent with Charles.
Right.
Lori was in discard phase, as she had been in the past. And, Alex's whole thing was like, he didn't feel bad about tasing Joe Ryan because he was a pedophile.
He was a zombie.
And-
He was a pedophile. Just
Exactly.
whatever.
And so Lori saying that Charles was a zombie, which I think Summer 100% believed. And
Oh my God.
also knew that Lori was accusing him of having an affair
Mm-hmm.
and all of that stuff. And so Alex would have been like, well, he's a piece of crap. Who cares
Gotta
what
go.
happens to him? So-
Exactly.
I will just say, I know Summer or some of her sock puppets or whatever watch this channel because every time I come on here and talk about the truth, Summer gets upset
Mhm.
and she's threatened to sue me before, but
Bring it.
she can't. She doesn't have a leg to stand on because I
Oh,
have
yeah.
not said anything that is not true. And when I speculate, I do say that I'm speculating.
Right.
When
Exactly.
I don't have proof, I say that I don't have proof. And so, these are my experiences with this family, and I will never stop talking about them because
and
it
the
is
thing
my
is,
right to talk about my
Exactly.
own experiences.
and remember, Summer is now a public figure. So
Yep.
Yep.
you got to put up with a lot when you're a public figure, and
Right.
she
When
is a
you put
public figure.
yourself out there to give interviews and to give statements and to show up at CrimeCon and all of that stuff, you expose yourself to all of the commentary. And I know 100% there are people out there who don't like me.
Oh well.
I don't.
I
I
know
don't like
100%.
Yeah.
I don't like my family's dead.
There
but here
are
we
many
are.
times, there are many times when I've said things on my channel that people disagree with and I lose followers. It happens.
Mhm.
I
What
call it
happens
curating my audience.
I call it,
Because-
are you really here for the victims is what I'm saying. A lot of people are like, I follow
100%.
true crime because I, support the victims and yada, yada. Do
Therefore,
you?
yeah.
Do you? Because, and if you don't, that's okay. Look,
Yeah.
we're not all meant to, be paired up. I'm okay with that.
I want to go back to what Summer said about you to the people she was sitting next to at the sentencing on Friday.
Yeah.
He just flat out just turns to him and said that Megan is a liar, and I that just baffles me.
Trace on the case, her comment was that Summer didn't have anything to say about the victim's impact statements. She didn't have anything to say about Lori's statement. She
Where'd
didn't
she
have
say it?
anything to say about how moving any of this was. Her only comment is that
Where'd she sit,
Megan's
Megan?
a liar.
Where'd
That was
she
it.
sit?
Summer
Yeah.
sat right behind Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Defendant side.
Yes.
And I believe that she asked
Whatever.
to sit on the side with the victims and the family, and she was told no.
I don't know.
I'm
wasn't there.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Do
I
you
have a-
think?
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kresha. Go ahead.
Oh, it was me.
Oh.
Megan, do you think that Summer, okay, there are a lot of people that grow up in dysfunctional families and don't realize it. Do
Right.
you think Summer is finally realized all that negative stuff in her
No.
family?
No, I don't.
That's terrible.
Because she still defends
Yeah.
her own actions. She still defends her parents. She still says, we just didn't know at the time. I really, unfortunately, Summer is in the family ether. She believes that her childhood was great. She
Mhm.
believes her mom was great. Her dad is
Mhm.
great. She's still in there with them. And here's the thing that I didn't realize. And I wrote this down. I'm going to read it because I need to remind myself. I realized this during the sentencing.
Kelly J. Yeah. Adam too. Yeah.
I was foolish to think that Adam could see me any differently than Summer sees me. When he reunited with her and his parents, he lost objectivity. And I will say this after every sentence uttered regarding the actions of Lori and Alex against Charles. Summer helped. Summer helped.
Thus
Summer
saith the Lord.
helped.
That
Yep.
is a great statement. And that's it. She helped. She helped create these monsters.
Yeah.
No question. No question. That is, and
Yeah.
until they accept that
Yeah.
and realize that, then they won't ever be able to heal. And they'll just keep attacking you, Megan, and attacking you, Kresha, and
They'll
anybody
never
else.
hold Lori accountable. It's
Right.
Chad's fault. Chad
Yes.
deceived her. Chad did this. Chad did that. Just like with Jody and Ruby, it's Jody's fault. It's Ruby's fault. It's Satan's fault. It's somebody's fault that led them astray.
Mm-hmm.
It's never their fault.
Yeah.
That is a huge problem. And I mean,
Yep.
it's again, I lost my aunt too. When I saw her when she was extradited from Hawaii to Idaho, when she walked in that courtroom in March of 2020, I was like, I don't know who that person is. Like, who is that? She died.
Right.
Then,
Yeah. That
for
person
me,
died
like,
that you knew. Right.
I didn't know who that was. And I mean, I don't, things could have been so different, right? The woulda, shoulda, couldas. They could have been so different. But this is part of that process, is recognizing these things so that you don't feed this, so you don't grow this in this petri dish. I mean, it is so ripe. It is so damn ripe.
You're right.
It's just like
Absolutely.
you're feeding the narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
It's frightening. It is so frightening. And I mean, it is generational. So it does happen to a lot of families, Mormonism in the church or not. I mean, it happens all over the world, unfortunately, but it's the truth.
It is
And
the truth.
it's uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I understand, but I would have so much more compassion, empathy. I would, if I saw any of that. I don't see any of that. It was Summer blamed my mom. Summer blamed Charles. Summer said, JJ didn't need his dog. That was Charles's thing.
That's horrible.
That
Can
Lori
I stop,
didn't-
Kresha?
Yeah.
What did she say to your mother? What did she say about your mother?
Oh,
And this
I mean,
just
this
makes
was
me
on
so
it.
damn mad. I'm going to explode.
I was on the interview with her and Janice
Mhm.
with Morgan Lowe. I don't ABC whatever. I don't know, some Arizona channel. But I mean, that was it. She was just like, Kay is bringing all this upon Lori. We know Lori. We know she wouldn't hurt her kids. She's the best mom,
Yeah.
They vouched for her, but
That's
they were
right.
also talking to her at all the pivotal moments, all the pertinent moments that all these murders were taking place.
Mhm.
So I don't know why. And I did this too. Whenever I heard the recorded jail call with Summer and Lori, after the kids were found, and she is just, I mean, it's heart-wrenching. I agree. Okay. But also I feel like she's pissed off because she wasn't included.
That's what
I
it sounds
feel
like. She didn't
Yeah.
know what was going on,
Right. Or I don't know. It's really sadistic. It's really weird. And it's like, okay, so she said something about you cutting me and mom out for 4 months. And I'm thinking, I just automatically in my brain was like, oh, that's whenever they were doing all the murders. No, 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 no. I went back. I've got the receipts. I've looked, and it's every one of them. Janice even produced a phone bill where she talked to Lori the day that Lori went and rented the rental storage unit.
Right.
Her
Right.
name. For 90 minutes. And she vouched, Janice vouched for Lori, saying that she talked to JJ. JJ was in the ground, not far from his sister. Okay, at
Right.
that point in time. So, no credibility, first off,
Mm-hmm.
at all. Like,
Right.
I feel like Tylee was the scapegoat for everybody.
Oh, she was. She
I
absolutely was.
do.
Hey, you know what? Do you guys mind
Hmm.
if we play Summer's phone call? Because
Mm.
until Kresha and Megan, until you two brought up the fact that in this phone call, Summer sounds upset that she was left out, that never really connected with me until you guys said it. So again, we're not accusing Summer of,
No.
planning and being a part of the killing or anything like that. But
Unfortunately,
she,
we have to fill in the blanks, Trish.
I know.
Like we have to, because she doesn't. I mean, the only
Exactly.
time they really spoke out or have been honest has been never. So
Right.
they've spoken out, but it's never been to help find the kids. It's
No,
never been
it
to
was never
help us
to help the
fill in the
victims.
blank.
Right. It's always
Brandon,
been,
she showed
it-
up in court with Melanie whenever Brandon and Melanie were going through their custody battle.
right, right.
Sat with Melanie.
And
So
if you go on Reddit, there are these emails that are posted, and in them she's saying, Melanie never left her kids. That's a lie. Well, she did, and she's
showed it.
just lying. So, do you guys mind if I play that? Is that Megan?
No,
is
go
that,
right ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I don't
You
want to
know-
trigger anybody here, but
Yeah,
hang
but
on.
Yeah,
know-
I usually skip it because it's so like.
I'm sorry, Stacy. What were you going to say?
all of them are guilty of enabling Lori's negative behavior, and that's so
100%.
dangerous.
Yeah. That's the
Now,
problem right there.
wait, what'd you say, Stacey?
All that, like everybody, all of them were guilty of enabling Lori's negative behaviors.
Like,
You
why
know.
can't they just admit that? That's a human thing, right? Like, if you're
Exactly.
unaware of the conspiracy
Right.
and you had nothing to do with it, oh, I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah,
You know?
and it would
Yeah.
be completely understandable for somebody to think, "Ooh, I never thought she'd kill anybody."
Right.
Most people wouldn't, but admit that,
You're not
Mhm.
going to be telling Megan or talking behind her back, usually, that she's a liar or
Right.
whatever. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
So
Very
frustrating.
inherited.
Ugh.
Okay, here's the phone call. Here we go.
Hi. How are you? Not good. And how are you? Not good. I don't know what to say. Do you not want to talk? I'm willing to listen if you want to talk to me. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what anybody knows. I've been in isolation for 2 weeks, so I don't know anything that's going on. I haven't talked to anyone. Well, they know that they found Tylee buried in a pet cemetery in Ditchingberry on Chad's backyard. And we don't understand how that happened or why. Can you tell us? They were devastated. Did you know they were there? That's nice. Is there another explanation? I'm willing to hear it. I don't want to think it. Absolutely, but I can't talk about it. You went off to Hawaii and were dancing on the beach while your kids are in the ground? You had to have known when they were there. I just can't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I want to believe the best in you. I really do. I love you with all my heart. It kills me. But they were just little kids. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know me, Summer. That's what I thought. You still do. Or if you let that happen to them and didn't tell us and left me in the ground like a piece of trash, then I don't know you because you would have never done anything like that. That's correct. And if you knew and didn't tell us, that's not okay either. We love them. We would have taken them. We would have taken care of them. You could have gone on and done anything you wanted. That's what you think? I don't know what to think. None of us do. You haven't told us anything. We believed you. We stood up for you. I cannot. I would love to. You cut me and Mom off for 4 months and told everyone not to trust us because we'd tell Adam. And now we find this out and you expect me to just keep going on faith when there's been zero explanation and you expect me to just keep believing without ever having a question? I'm not saying that. That is what you're saying. Either explain it or don't expect me to not be upset and doubt you when the kids are on Chad's property. I'm not okay. I love them with all my heart. I would have taken Tylee and JJ in a heartbeat, and everybody else would have too. You know that. If they were in any danger. I have no idea what happened. You're right. Nobody does because you said nothing. Because everybody sees what's on TV. That has nothing to do with TV. This is when you're in my conversations before you left and cut me off. And now you expect me to be there for you and you were going to abandon me? And if you weren't in jail, you wouldn't even be talking to me and we wouldn't even know they were dead still. This is your opinion. Yes! I deserve more than that. I've been there for you like a rock. And I went on TV and defended you. I've done everything to defend you. And I still would right now if you would tell me the truth. I would love to. Well, then. Love to. You didn't want to in October, November, December, January, or February when you weren't in jail. Why didn't you tell us then? Why you didn't call me when Alex died, which now I'm glad he's gone if he was a part of this, but you didn't call to tell me Alex died or that your kids are gone? Nothing? You don't think that's going to cause pain throughout our entire family? That's never my intention. Well, you don't think I'm in pain? No, I don't. I think you were dancing on the beach having a great time, getting married. And you took pictures to prove your kids don't deserve a burial, but you need to get wedding pictures? You don't think that's upsetting? Nobody knows. I'm sorry, honey. Then nobody knows except for you and the Lord. Yeah, ask him. I have. And guess what? I don't have one scripture that says it's okay for children to be thrown away like garbage in the ground. And that's okay. There is nothing in the scriptures that is godly about hurting a child. Nothing. And they deserve a proper burial with family that loves them at the least. I can't support that. seen you be upset with your kids. I went to bat for you and said that to everyone. I never have been upset with them. I never have been. How can you just go on without them, without any upsetness, and without telling us anything, and then expect us to understand? No, who's in the world? Nobody in the world knows what I've been through. And I don't expect you to. All you've seen is what's on TV. No, that's not what he says. And all the influences of all the people around. Okay, so now I'm deceived. No, everyone in the world is deceived except for you. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying nobody's seen me on the floor crying. Nobody knows what I've been through with my children that I love more than anything. Lori, mine. You were dancing on a beach with a smile on your face, taking wedding photos. Yeah, months later. You don't trying to go on with life, trying to be happy, trying to find some kind of happiness. You think I want to be alone? Do you think that your mother and your sister and your son don't deserve to know that the children are gone? Why wouldn't you call and tell us that? Why were we cut off? You saying you want to go on and be happy? You're just going to be happy without your family and your life until you're stuck in jail, and I'm the only one stupid enough to be your friend when I've been your best supporter, Lori. I've loved you my whole life. I still do. I can't bear to think anything bad about you. It hurts me. I don't want to see you in jail. I don't want you to be there. I don't want people to misunderstand. If you would tell me the truth, I would stand up for you for the rest of the time. You know that I would. I know you would. But there is nothing okay about this. Nothing. I know. If you think it's okay, well, you have greatly been deceived if you think it's okay. This is okay. Nothing about this is okay, Lori, Summer. We have all read the scriptures. I know you've told me about a lot of your spiritual experiences. You know I'm trying to support you in all of them. But I am telling you, because I love you with all my heart, please consider that Chad has lied and been deceived, and that you have been deceived,
Chad's fault.
and that this
Chad's
is
fault.
not what you think it is. There's nothing okay about killing children. Nothing. And even if you didn't kill them, and Chad didn't kill them, and Alex didn't kill them, you threw them away like garbage in the ground. Tyler's bones are burned. I can't handle that. And threw her in a pet cemetery. You know that's so degrading. How can you let them do that? I don't understand. It's so painful. I can't even tell you. I don't know what else to say, but please consider that you have been deceived. That is not Christ-like. There's nothing good in that. There's nothing good in that. That's not a test for you. You were innocent. And they were loved. And they didn't deserve to be treated that way. And who loved them their whole life and took care of them their whole life? Then why would you let them be buried that way? I didn't. Well, then come up with an explanation publicly.
There we go. I want to put this comment in chat from Squeaky Wheel. I think it's a huge stretch to claim that Summer had any knowledge of what happened to those kids. With that mind frame, we might as well accuse Adam Cox of being in on it too. Where does it end? I don't think anybody is accusing Summer of having anything to do with the kids' deaths or anything. It's like Stacy said, she enabled this behavior, you know, by stepping in and telling and telling Lori about the. Oh, go ahead, my dear.
The police didn't list Adam as an unwitting participant either.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't say that about Adam, but they said that about Summer. Again,
Right.
nobody is saying that she went, oh yes, this is let's kill the kids because they're dark spirits. No, nobody is saying that at all. Not even
Moralizing.
close. Right. But
Yeah.
she was
Yeah,
in it.
and
Go ahead, Megan.
this call is always really hard to listen to. I mean, you can see that it is pure raw emotion from Summer. She is angry. She is upset. She is calling Lori out. Let's be honest. She really
Right.
is. I mean, she, maybe for the first time in her life is calling Lori out for her
Yes.
behavior.
No,
I think it's interesting to note, though, the times where her emotions get the hottest is about her being cut off from communication with
Yeah,
Lori,
when
not
she got the
about the
maddest.
kids,
Mhm.
not about, yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of what I look at. And the other point is that, this may have been a rare moment of clarity for Summer, but people in chat are pointing this out too. She was publicly humiliated because she went on a show and she
Right.
defended Lori. And it seems like she's more angry about being publicly humiliated and being
Yes.
cut off than she is about the kids.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
so, the hard part for me about this is that I think that for the majority of my young life, I gave everybody the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to believe the best about everybody. And this entire situation, this whole thing with my family, has made me realize that people don't always have the best intentions. People are selfish.
People
They
kill their kids.
they are motivated by what is best for them. And in a past version of myself, I would have listened to this phone call and said, listen to how upset Summer is. She's obviously angry.
Right.
But the more enlightened version of me says, look at where she's angry. Look
Where
at
she's angry.
why she's angry. We all want to assume that she's angry because the kids are dead.
Mhm.
But when you listen to the call, that's not what I get, unfortunately.
And this
and-
is go ahead. I'm sorry.
The hard part is that I want to believe the best about Summer. I want to believe the best about Lori. We share DNA. It sucks to have
I'm
to
sorry.
admit that someone that you're related to and someone that you loved and trusted is capable of so much violence.
Yeah.
And I really think that when we get confronted with facts about people's behavior, we really have two choices. We can either believe the facts or we can continue to believe what we want to believe, which is the best about
Which is
them.
easier for us.
It's easier.
Right. Ancient Teapot says, I heard genuine devastation from her regarding the kids. I did too. I'm not saying she wasn't devastated,
Right.
but she was really angry about, not being told and being made to look foolish on TV. That's where her anger came in.
See,
I'm sure she was devastated.
And the kids too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was upset about the kids for sure.
Sure,
Right.
and no
Of
one is
course.
denying. No one is
Right.
denying.
Yeah.
He wasn't upset about the kids. Absolutely not. And I want to put this up here. Michigan Missy said, Summer said, you told me about your spiritual stuff, and I supported you in that. That's what we're talking about.
That's
She
not it
supported-
either. In the documents, she says, I know you have an important mission. Da, 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 da.
He believed
I'll
that
put
she had a
that in
mission.
for you
Right.
if you want to listen to it. Her and Janice.
Yeah, you've got, oh, thank you. Gosh, you're great. Can you follow me around, Kresha, and just like find my stuff all day long? I mean, that would be great. That would be wonderful. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question
Yes.
because I've listened to this a lot and I kind of compare it to other incidents like in my life. So when she's really upset, like you didn't tell me anything about that sort of thing, do you think, because I kind of get a feeling that she's so upset because you should have told me this was going on, as in told me
Let
and
me
let me know, because maybe I could have stopped it, maybe I could have done something, I would have taken the
Maybe.
kids, that this wouldn't have
Yeah,
happened.
that could be. I
That
think.
keeps ringing through me a lot with this one.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kresha? What do you think?
I mean, it could be. It's just, I hate guessing.
Yeah,
I do.
Oh gosh,
I
I
have to.
know.
I'm trying to read between the lines here because you on this end, you don't get straightforward answers. Instead, you get defection, projection, blame, denial, and then it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
never like, oh my God, now look, whenever I went to Lori's trial in Idaho, there was Annie and there was Summer. Summer acknowledged me. I was
Mhm.
like, okay. And I mean, everything just went away. Like I just, in the moment, I didn't think. And I was really just like, okay. I shook her hand, like, yeah, I'm Crusha, and she was like, I'm sorry for your loss. And I
Mhm.
was like, I'm sorry for your losses too.
Right.
And then this was in the courtroom. And anyways, and I started to tell her, how it could very well be the second anointing, and she was like, well, I see how you can get there, I mean, and I
Yeah.
was just, I kind of wanted to shut her down because I mean, like, I didn't want to have a what do you call it, a battle or whatever,
Right.
a debate about it. I just kind of
Mhm.
wanted to plant the seed and go. but
I hear you.
I mean,
Megan.
here
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
they're
ahead.
I mean, this is in May 7th, 2020. Lori
Hmm.
Vallow's sister and mother speak for the first time to Arizona family, saying the Lori they knew could never hurt Tylee and JJ. Megan,
Yeah.
isn't that what you would have thought? Isn't that what you thought too? Because I did.
I
I thought
mean,
that.
I of course never thought that Lori was capable of killing her own children. I never thought that. Not
Mhm.
ever.
But it,
Um,
yeah. Oh,
but I also would not have said that she's a great mom. I also would not have said it's not possible,
Yeah.
Right.
because at this point, you have to remember, at this point, they've been cut off from Lori for months.
That's true.
She
Right.
hasn't spoken to any of them. And so what I'm realizing about that is that, I'm trying to put this template on, my own immediate family. What if it was my sister
Hmm.
and
right.
it was my niece and nephew that were missing?
And Charles
And
had been shot at that point.
right,
So there's
right.
a lot of emotion
Because
here.
here's what I keep coming back to over and over and over and over and over again, is that the moment I found out that Charles had been killed, I knew it was not self-defense. I
Exactly.
knew
Yeah.
it wasn't, because they had already attacked Joe. This
Right.
is what makes me so fucking angry,
Yeah.
Mhm.
is that
Exactly.
Summer and Janice, knowing Alex's pattern of behavior, Summer and
Lori,
Janice, knowing Lori's pattern of behavior, didn't see it as a red flag that Alex shot Charles. They
Right.
called Alex a hero.
yeah.
And then when the
Wow.
kids disappeared, they didn't think that was weird at all.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
What the hell
Yeah.
is wrong with them?
Exactly. Exactly.
And
Oh.
I get tired of defending too, like I have many reason to believe and to suspect and to not give them any credibility. They
Right.
have not shown me anything. They've not shown my family anything. They've definitely not shown the victims anything that are
Right.
their family members too. In fact, in this interview, Summer says, I know what it's like to lose a brother. Your brother is a fucking murderer,
Yeah. There you
like
go.
Yeah.
I'm not, you're not going to get that from me. And I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry,
No.
and it also makes me think about how, I watched Adam and Rex and I'm not, it is what it is. And it just is what it is. And the more I got to thinking about it, the more pissed off I get, the more upset I get,
Mhm.
Yeah.
is that, they ended their podcast, but yet they're creating an app or some, whatever, where they can talk to dead killers like Alex. And I'm like,
This is the sickest
What?
thing that I have
have
Oh,
ever
wait.
you
Wait. Whoa.
Wait.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wait.
Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Hold on.
You gotta tell us about this. What?
Somebody explain, because my head's going to explode.
What?
I know.
right?
I know.
No way.
Rex and Adam have ended the silver. What's it called?
Linings.
Silver. Yeah.
Silver
Podcast.
linings.
They're ending the Silver Linings podcast, and they're starting a new show where
Or
they are
something.
going to have AI imitate killers from the past, and they're going to have
No.
conversations with these
Yep.
killers. Serial.
Alex, starting with Alex. Yeah.
They've already done it with Alex.
And I was like,
So
okay.
What the hell?
And I
this
heard it. Go ahead.
This to me violates so many ethical considerations that I can't even believe the idea left their heads, much less got verbalized out loud, much less they're going to actually follow through with it. They're going to have a show where they're going to talk to AI serial killers. Like, how much more disrespectful to victims can you possibly be than
That
to
is just
resurrect the
disturbing.
person who killed their
Yeah.
family members and interact with it in an AI way? This is just absolutely stunning
Asinine.
tone deafness.
Tone
Lindy
deaf. Yeah,
Bridges, you're right. This is disturbing. Now that is disturbing. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to.
It's sick. It's just sick.
I mean, just really just take away what we just said, like the concept of it, right? Think about it. Let's talk about it in the future, because again, I've listened to it, I think before I even left Phoenix to come back here. So probably on the 20s, probably yesterday. And the drive back, I had a lot of time on my hands to be inside my head. So
Mhm.
I really want to give this a little more thought. I just don't. At first, it didn't really, it didn't like hit me right away. But just thinking about it, the more I got to think about it, and I was like, what if Brandon sees that? Like, he shot at him.
Oh,
Like, what? This is not funny, and this is not the movies. This is not Hollywood. Okay, this is real, true crime
I
and
don't even.
real life.
Oh,
I don't even know what
And
to
I
say.
understand, but if you really are there for the victims, show it. That's all. Why don't you create some avatars and AI of them? I mean, it just, I don't know. It just
that
doesn't sit right.
that that pisses me off. I'm sorry, but see, if somebody who has studied like serial killers and stuff, and most of my life because of my father, and I wanted to learn the psychology behind it and everything.
Yeah.
I always get so upset when I run across people say they're fans, right,
Serial
of
killers,
true
yeah.
crime,
Yeah.
or meet people that name their dogs after serial killers. I'm like, there's a huge difference
Right.
between people who do this for learn about it for educational
Yep.
purposes to help educate others about possible signs, things to look for, and just in general to help. If, for example, if you want to study criminology and use it, then this is sick. I
It
think it's
really
sick.
is. And
I
I don't
can
know
agree
if
with
they've
that.
even carried that out. I don't even know if they've thought about this.
I'm
They had
sorry.
to. And then people were saying,
God.
people must be saying this is a good idea.
Oh, they must
And
have
that's
gotten
Yeah.
some positive
scarier.
feedback.
Isn't that scarier? Like, that to me is like even more like what it's sadism. It's even more sadism is what it is. And you
Megan,
had
you
a
were going
good
to say
word,
something? I'm sorry.
No, I
resurrected.
mean, I just often think, when something terrible comes out like this, like bad advertising or like, just tone deaf ideas or whatever, I just think like, who are the people sitting in these meetings, like approving these things? And this is one of those things where it's probably literally just Rex and Adam. I would hope that Rex's wife has some feedback on that. She seems lovely
Mhm.
every time that I've talked to her, but
He
like
does too.
I would hope that Rex would, present this idea to Lisa and she would say, "Yeah, that's probably not a great idea." You know what I
That's in
mean?
bad taste. Bad taste.
It's in bad taste, but it just it infuriates me because I think that there is this mindset among Mormon men who just think that, if they have a good idea, it comes from God.
Like an
It's
engineer.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Engineer, they it looks good on paper until you go to the functionality part of it, and then you're like, this doesn't work. And a
Yeah.
Humanimal, amazing comment. She says, and it will create a culty environment. People are
Yep.
going to feel like they're talking to the dead. They
Yes.
have
It's
an
warped.
LDS and vulnerable following, and they are becoming cult leaders. in her
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
opinion.
so
gosh.
one of the things that I said, recently was that Rex and Adam are in a certain place where they are processing all of this trauma, but there are
Mhm.
still some things they can't really admit and can't really face. They're in denial about some things, and they attract an audience that is right where they are.
Right.
People who are probably well-meaning, people who really care about the victims, but who have a little bit of cognitive dissonance because there are certain things they can't sit with and they can't process and they can't admit yet. And the thing is, what I've said is that that's good. It's good that Rex and Adam are reaching an audience of people that are where they are. But this is beyond sick. This is something that does not need to exist.
So
I mean,
It
I
is
would expect it from
harmful.
like somebody who's not a family member, but they're family members.
Okay, but
Right.
let me ask you something. When did this start, and have they already done one?
I'm pulling up the interview.
They did
Okay.
one with Alex, where Alex was, the AI,
One.
and they interacted with dead Alex. And
So
so,
hold on one second. I do want to play this with
Wow.
Janice and Summer in a little while,
Oh,
but
yeah.
let's do this first. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Megan. Go ahead.
just in the announcement that they were ending the Silver Linings podcast, Rex announced that this is what they're going to be doing going forward.
Has anybody said to them, this is in really poor taste?
That's
How
what
is this
I'm
any different than what
Well,
Chad was saying? They're talking
Exactly.
to Alex. It's
The
in the
necromancer.
occult as well. What the hell?
I watched a little clip of something right after they did the AI with Alex, and there were a ton of their channel members that left and unsubscribed and would not.
Really?
They were like,
That's
"This is
good.
awful. I
Good.
don't want AI."
Mhm.
And even in the face of that, they're still going to go forward with this.
There will always be
I don't know what
creepy
to say
people
about
that like that sort of thing. So, oh,
Okay, let's see. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna change this. Are we there? Am I on there? Okay. So I'm trying to make sure I'm in the right spot here. Okay. Time out of
Cue it up and I will play it.
Okay. I guess this will be good.
Okay.
Everyone, and we just didn't have the opportunity there. I wish we did. It'd be nice to get this chapter behind us, but of course it's bittersweet. We love interacting with y'all. That's such a silver lining. Okay, and Dr. Vonnegut, so she donates $10. Yes. On cue. We didn't say that so you would donate more, Dr. Vonnegut, but thank you. You've been very, very generous.
Okay, here.
That would be great. Do the dead people have to be killers, or could it be?
I think
like
I went.
the dead
Hold on, because I'm trying to find the right spot. So, oh, here we go. Okay. It's rather lengthy, as you can see. Let's see. Oh man, trying to get to the core concept. If y'all want to talk while I do that.
D Max says, what if Adam and Rex start talking to the kids, or Charles or Tammy? I mean, what's next?
And
like
have
somebody,
AI boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff that you can talk to. And I'm just like,
Okay,
this
and
is
also,
crazy.
I just want to say there has been an outbreak, and I'm going to do an episode on this. And trust me, I'm going to get the receipts and all of the data on this. There has been an outbreak of people using Chat GPT as a therapist and
Oh my
ending up
God.
with serious psychotic breaks.
really?
Serious psychotic breaks.
Oh, no.
It's really, really, it's becoming a big problem. So please, people, don't use ChatGPT as a therapist.
No.
And it's AI, but it's specifically ChatGPT because that is it's specifically designed to sort of coddle you and to sort of support you in whatever it is that you're asking. And it has caused some very serious mental health problems for a lot of people.
I can't imagine.
I'm ready.
Did you
Y'all
find it?
ready?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. And this is no shade. I'm just sharing how I feel. Okay.
Okay.
Let me know how you would react. And, if Tylee, JJ, if you were part of this, like, or any victim, family, I'm not a victim, but family members, I mean, like, anyways, just try to
Mm.
reverse roles here.
Well, we
Okay.
may as well start talking about this then, since she brought it up. What we are going to do next. First of all, let's answer the question. Yes, you can contact us at rexandadam@gmail.com. rexandadam@gmail.com. What we're doing next, you want me to give them an idea?
Sure. It has to do with AI.
It definitely has to do
Is
with
Bonnie
AI
Kay going to join our team?
and podcasting. Well,
Is she gonna
she's
join
almost
our team?
volunteering. She doesn't know it, but she's almost
We'll
volunteering.
have to call her immediately.
In fact, we need 2 people for our team. One person that we need is a producer that's connected in that world, in the streaming
It
provider
is
world,
slow. Sorry.
because we have a program we want to produce. Okay, and we have not been in that world, even though Adam's been in entertainment. This is a very different world than the one he's been in. And so we have a person we're working with. He hasn't committed to us, but if you know of other people that are producing programs, we'd be glad to talk with them. And they're the person that needs to connect us with the right service to sell this idea. And usually a streaming service or a provider, I'll just say a provider, because there's so many different ways that can be produced or presented. The provider will buy 6 episodes, see if it goes well, and if it does, they'll buy more. So we need the person that has those connections, knows how to approach them, who to approach, who would like the idea. We can't give you all the details about the idea, but it does deal with AI, artificial intelligence. We shared with you on this podcast a snippet, a little bit from when we interviewed Alex Cox, Adam's brother, my nephew, who of course is dead. We interviewed his AI avatar. Okay, in other words, we made and posed interview questions as if it were Alex. It was not. It was just artificial intelligence, Alex. And the artificial intelligence answered. Our program deals with that. Our program is going to have, each episode will be a dead killer, and there'll be at least 1 or 2 interviews. It'll be a killer that has had family speak out, family or close associates speak out. So we will contact those family members or close associates, see if they'd like to participate in the program. They may even want to interview the dead killer. And so that's all I'm going to say about the content of it. But the third person or second team member that we need, it'll be a third person in our team, is that creative position that is interested in true crime. They will actually be contacting the family members or close associates. They'll be doing the research and structuring the episodes. Okay, and then we'll get together, finalize the episode, get the technology people going on it. And now, the way we're going to do this, I don't know if I told you this.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
This third person, it may not be one person, so I'm going to consider it a position. It may be different positions. Like if we have 6 episodes, there may be 6 different creative people that do the research, contact the people, create the idea for that episode.
So we're hiring a team too. We're recruiting a team too. So I'm just going to stop there because I think we have enough. I don't want to continue playing it.
That's plenty. That's plenty. Yeah.
We got the premises,
We got the idea. Megan, you look beyond disgusted.
I
Any more
am.
comments?
I'm disgusted and I'm just thinking about like the absolute failure to see how harmful this is. Can they not imagine? And obviously, I mean, they already did it with Alex. So it's like, what you want Alex to come back and talk about murdering Tylee and JJ?
That's
Charles.
what I'm,
And
is that it? Is that what they're talking about?
Yes, they're talking about bringing back these killers
I
who
know, but I
had
mean,
family members.
is that an
Okay.
episode, Mian, that I can find while you're talking about it?
I don't think
Yeah.
have they done the full
I've never
episode yet?
They
seen
did
it.
it with Alex already. They
Oh my
already
God.
did it. They put, some information about Alex into AI, and they had a conversation with AI as Alex.
So did Alex come back and say why he killed the kids and how he buried them and what they
Oh
did
my
with Ty? I
God.
mean, that's just
I didn't
weird.
listen to it because it was so effing disturbing, but
I'm
what
looking.
they said was that it was scarily accurate.
Mm-mm. I mean, and this gives, I hate this because nobody was there except for Lori, Chad, Alex, and others.
Mhm.
And so I don't know what Lori did and did not do.
Right.
So it goes on to that, oh, Alex was the weight. He did all the killing. I don't know that. I was not there. Okay. And I'm not
Exactly.
going to sit here and like double down on that. Like it's fact, like, no. I mean,
Uh,
that's just another thing,
Yeah,
and
it's like they want to just take the
Right.
victims of serial killers and just reopen all of their trauma. Like, let's
Mhm.
revisit all of your trauma. Let's
And then
let's give
profit
a
off of it.
voice. Let's give a voice to someone who killed your people.
yeah,
Let's
and let's
resurrect them so that they can be here again. Like, who wants that?
I'm just, you guys, I'm rarely speechless, but I just don't know what to say. This is the
Yeah.
most bizarre thing I have heard.
I
And
haven't processed this either, like,
I just don't get it. Yes,
Tone
the
deaf.
AI had Alex's voice. Yeah.
I can't find it. Like, nothing right off.
Well, maybe they pulled it already. If it's there, maybe
Mm.
they pulled it because they got such blowback. I hope they got a lot of blowback. I really do.
Was it a live stream? Do you know? Was it a short? I mean, just I don't know what you know about it. That way I can try and find it a little easier. Maybe try and I'll
Was
search
it-
within the
I don't
Was it a
channel.
know. I
pod-
don't know if it was a
Was it a podcast, like not on YouTube? Maybe.
Let's see.
I
I'm
have
looking.
it. I have it right here.
Oh, you do? Yay. I mean, and look, I'm not saying don't. That's their family member too. I mean, mourn
Right.
them if you have to mourn, but can we not be having this shoved down our throat, please? And then can you not profit off of it too?
Unbelievable. I don't know what to say.
I put the link in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
We're like, what? So y'all really do, everybody in chat. Yeah, y'all have been giving some feedback, and
It's
so
called
I know I'm not crazy.
It's still called Silver Linings Podcast, and the name of it, and I'll show you. The name of it is Alex Collateral Damage. Let me share this.
It's, I think somebody, Miss Woozy in chat said it was at 18 minutes in.
Thank you, Miss Woozy.
Do you guys want to hear just a little bit of it, just to see what it sounds
I
like?
do.
Okay.
I do.
Let's go. Let's
Already got the idea in my head.
Yeah. Here we go.
Basketball in my background. Do I need to turn my TV down?
I can't hear it.
Oh,
I remember this one.
And guys, here's the link, so you can go
Okay.
to it. We're
I'm
playing
going
this
to-
in accordance with YouTube's various policies.
So, Alex, now that you are undoubtedly in hell, can you describe it to us? In a simulated response as Alex Cox, he might say,
Describing hell? Well, if I'm in a place like that, it's not fire and brimstone like people imagine. It's more like being stuck in every moment where I messed up over and over with no way to set things right. It's a kind of emptiness that just gnaws at me. Regret feels like a physical weight, and I'm surrounded by echoes of things I could have done differently. There's no comfort, no escape, just me facing the darkest parts of myself. If that's hell, then yeah, it's as real as it gets. I feel everything my victims felt. Here I have to see and feel how I affected others. There's no hiding from or dulling your feelings. You feel everything that might be numb during your life. There is no hiding by a lack of empathy or insights.
why did you?
wow. Yeah,
Too
that's
creepy.
it sounds like for some reason, it just sounds like that could be legit. Like that could really be what he would say.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. And I put the link in chat, everybody, so you can go listen to it. But I just am just dumbfounded. Again,
I'm so sorry.
I don't know what to say, people. I don't know what to say. It's just nobody wants to hear that. My God.
My mom
no.
and
Your mom,
my mom
Nobody-
walked around with a fucking pistol. My
Yeah.
mom walked
Nobody
around
wants
with a
to hear.
pistol.
Nobody wants to hear an imitated version of Alex saying that he regrets what he's done, because he didn't say that in real life.
No,
He
they're
didn't-
making him sound better than he was.
Yeah, they're trying to humanize him when he's dead, and he had absolutely nothing for his victims during his life.
Oh my God.
And I think they're trying to make themselves feel better, that like, oh, this is what Alex would actually say. No, it's ridiculous.
Do that behind closed doors, man.
No, like mess with that garbage on your own dysfunctional time. Nobody on the internet or anywhere needs to be exposed to this idea that somebody can come back from the dead and express regret for killing people. Like, this is just disgusting.
And Kresha, your mom, my heart, I didn't think could break for her anymore. But to hear the man that murdered her grandchild and her brother,
and her niece,
and her niece,
yeah,
to say that, you know, he has regrets and trying to make him look better.
or just he's dead, and that's where that needs to be left.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, great idea, but maybe some other genre or
Well,
something.
do it with history people. Let's interview Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Mormonism. I mean, right? I mean, not just Mormon. I'm not making this about a religious thing, because it's not. This is about right and wrong. This is that you don't do this and then care. You don't get to do both. Okay, you don't get to do both.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Oh,
It's
right.
so, you said it, tone deaf. It's so tone deaf. My mom walked around with a pistol in her own house because she was looking over her damn shoulder. Brandon, his kids, we heard the recording with Melanie, Ian, Chad, Lori, and saying how Alex, Melanie hopes Alex would be haunting Brandon for the rest of his life. And then here's this. What's he gonna say? Like, what is the point here?
I don't know. You guys,
Oh my God. I don't have the words because
I've never
I'm
been.
shocked. Like, I mean, but I'm so glad that you played that too, because that that really brought it to reality.
Well,
to
and
life.
again, they're trying to make Alex sound better, like he has regrets. We don't know he has regrets. We have
we
no
don't know
idea.
if there's heaven and hell either. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Like,
and
I don't know.
Megan,
Do
I'm
it.
sorry. I can tell this is really affecting you, and I'm so sorry.
Well, it
And,
just
and you
makes me
too, Kresha.
angry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
it makes me angry. Yeah, and people who, if you're outraged by this, you can report that video to YouTube as harmful and as disrespectful to victims. You know, it's one of those things that it is just an idea that's gone awry, but it's completely tone deaf, and it's completely bereft of any compassion for other people who have suffered. And I think they're coming at it from this perspective that, like, oh, we got to talk to an AI version of Alex, and his voice sounded pretty accurate. So, you know, maybe we should talk to other killers. Like, it's just,
they're feeding
it's a
the
terrible
script.
idea.
Like,
Yeah,
this
exactly. But
it's like
that's
playing Barbies. It's weird. But with real lives, like with real lives.
Right. And that I'm glad you said that, Kresha, because, you know, it is a child's game. It is a game of putting words in other people's mouths that you would like to hear, that just aren't there. It's another version of delusion. It's another way of not facing the reality of what actually happened and what actually is the truth.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect.
It's just a way to avoid the painful reality of what actually happened. And so the thing to me is like, Adam and Rex still say Lori was a good mom.
Yep.
Adam, still says Janice was a good mom.
Mhm.
Rex still says he had a pretty good childhood. The thing is, they're not looking at it with a clear lens. They're trying to whitewash what actually happened because it makes them feel better. Because
Exactly.
if we have to admit that our parents weren't good parents or that we were abused, like, it's tragic, it's difficult, it's so hard
Mhm.
to admit it. Because then if you admit that Lori was not a good mom, then you also have to admit you didn't see it.
Exactly.
And that means that you had a contribution in this system, and it's
Right.
shameful and it hurts, and that's hard to sit with. But the problem is you cannot escape the consequences of what actually happened.
Right.
And until they can admit that Lori was never a good mom and that they did get it wrong, they did see her wrong, they did give her
Yes.
the benefit of the doubt when they shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have,
And
right.
that is harmful and shameful and horrible. And none of us want to admit that we made a mistake that led to the deaths of children. None of us want to admit any of that.
Everybody makes freaking mistakes. Get over it.
Mhm.
But we do. And it's just part of
It's
dealing with a
hurtful,
tragedy
man.
like this.
Ah.
They are never going to heal unless they get to the point where they can admit their contribution, which may have been something or it may have been nothing, but they have to at least look at it. And if they don't deal with it, it will deal with them.
Exactly.
Please
Oh my
do it
God,
for
that's so
Tylee
true.
and JJ at least. You ain't got to do it for Charles. Just do it for Tylee and JJ.
Yeah.
That's all I'm begging. Please.
I don't understand how they could be so tone deaf. I don't. I'm just.
I want to.
Because it's
I'm going to
easier.
tell my
It's
mom
easier
because I
than
want to
facing
see
the
her
hard.
reaction.
I'm sorry, you're both talking at the same time.
Sorry.
That's okay. Megan, you go first. What are you saying, Megan?
Crush has said, I don't understand why they can't realize it or admit it, whatever. It's just,
Mhm.
it's because it's easier. It's easier than doing the hard work of untangling all of these complicated dynamics and all of these difficult feelings and sitting with the discomfort,
Mhm.
all of that. It's hard work to do that stuff. And I understand why people don't do it.
And Kresha, what were you saying? You're going to talk to your mom?
Yeah,
Say something.
I'm going to share this with my mom.
Yes. And tell her
And
how sorry we are. And we are all mortified. We are all mortified.
I don't understand the motive here. And if I'm speculating on the motive, it's very selfish.
It's
and
got to be
tone
because
deaf.
they just want to continue it for a business purpose. And hey, good for them if they want to continue their podcast to make money. That's okay. Nobody is denying them that they don't have a right to do that, but not like this.
They
This
still
is
have
just
a right.
weird.
It's just like Lori. She could represent herself. Just because you can do something don't mean that you should.
Yeah,
It
doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well,
I
hey, you guys.
want to read this if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
It's
Go ahead.
a little bit of the transcript of what Alex just said because somebody said they weren't going to listen. So
Absolutely. Please do.
So Alex, now that you are undoubtedly in hell, can you describe it to us in a simulated response? As Alex Cox, he might say, quote, describing hell, well, if I'm in a place like that, it's not fire and brimstone like people imagine. It's more like being stuck in every moment where I messed up over and over with no way to set things right. It's a kind of emptiness that just gnaws at me. Regret feels like a physical weight, and I'm surrounded by echoes of things I could have done differently. There's no comfort, no escape, just me facing the darkest parts of myself. If that's hell, then yeah, it's as real as it gets. I feel everything my victims felt here. I have to see and feel how I affected others. There's no hiding from or dulling your feelings. You feel everything that might be numb during your life. There's no hiding behind a lack of empathy or insight. So I have to say, reading it and tasting the words. Okay. It's so different when I say the words. It's projection because this is not Alex.
There you go. Right, right. It's projection, and they're doing this to make themselves feel better because they're saying that Alex is admitting it, and he's admitting
And
that he's feeling the pain, and he's made these mistakes. Bull.
I mean, don't we do that with Lori because we're so appalled by her not feeling any kind of remorse?
Right.
So, I mean, just because we feel it, we project that onto these killers too, you know? And we're just like, how the hell, how could she do that? You know? And I mean, I get it, but that's just her.
And that's
And I
right,
mean,
D-Max. Well, the AI is making Alex sound like he has regret. He didn't have any
Yeah.
regret. That's
If
just
he
making
did-
them feel better. That's making the Cox
Oh.
family feel better.
That's
And-
tough, man.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh, I'm
like,
so glad you brought it up. I had no idea. No, we needed to know this. Thank you, Kresha. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we need to know these things.
Absolutely. You know what? I do want to play this interview, though. Let's go back to Summer and Janice and the interview. And this is, again, we were talking earlier about how Summer is, you know, supported Lori and supported her beliefs, which led to this craziness. And
the blame is
yeah.
my thing.
She
blames
blames
Charles
Chad.
and my mom.
Yeah, she blames your mom. It's like, what the hell? No. Yeah, thank God that Kay Woodcock pushed for that wellness check because that brought the truth out. Can you imagine if Kay hadn't done that, you guys?
Yeah.
Where would we be? You know,
I have a feeling that my estranged son, that we were estranged for 6 years, I feel like mom was like, hell no, that's not going to happen again with another one of my grandkids.
Kid. Right, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
I'm just saying, I don't know if it did or not, but I'm sure it did.
Let's play this. This is the interview, and this is where they defend Lori. Now, remember, they already know that Alex had attacked Joe Ryan, and he had shot Charles by now, and they said he was a hero. And if I remember what you said, Megan, that Janice would not allow anybody to come to the memorial for Alex if anybody thought that Alex was a killer.
She said so. It's very small.
Yes, it was a very small gathering because it was only people who didn't believe that Alex was a murderer.
Exactly. So anyway, if you could play that, Kresha, that'd be great.
Well, we have a goal. All right, as long as you're rolling, so we're just gonna do our goal. Yeah. Tell the truth. Yeah, I'm rolling.
This is in October of 2019, I believe.
To sit down and do
no. When is it?
Yes. No, yeah, it's May. Yeah.
Oh, May 2020.
May 7th, 2020. So just
the
know
kids
that
hadn't been found.
Right. We know that Charles has been murdered. Okay. Right. Kids have the story for the kids that came out at the December 21st, 2019. So here we are. All this stuff has been just Lori's in jail at this time.
Right. Chad is still out of jail. Alex has already died. Tammy's dead.
Have not been found.
And Charles is dead, and the kids have not been found. Okay, very
good.
Thank you.
I'm wondering now if Melani Gibb had done her interview with East Idaho. I mean, it's just all around the same time.
Right.
So just know that. All right.
Here we go.
I think it's important because Lori has been portrayed a particular way in the media this far as a monster, a heartless villain that's just after money, and that couldn't be further from the truth of who she really is. I think it's unfair that she's been treated the way that she has been, and I'm really hoping that by us speaking out that people might soften their hearts a little bit towards her and help see that she's really a loving, sweet, warm person, and she's more beautiful on the inside than she is on the outside. She's just a loving, wonderful person.
How difficult has this been for you?
It's probably the worst thing that has ever happened in our family.
Oh, and
I hate to see it like this. I know the truth about Lori. I know how loving she is. I don't have the answers about the children. I love those two kids with all my heart, Tylee and JJ. They're two of the loves of my life. And I know that Lori has always protected them. If everyone knew how far she had gone to protect them their whole lives. I don't know where the children are, but she felt like she was keeping them safe. That's the impression she gave us.
you're her mom, and she cut off communication, and you don't know where your grandchildren are. That's got to seem strange.
It does, but she said, I'm not going to be able to tell you everything. She did have some major fears that were real to her. She didn't share them all with me. She felt like in her mind that she was protecting us in her mind, but it didn't turn out that way. I did talk to a friend of hers in Hawaii that was a mutual friend, and she said she was going to see her at church. Lori was going to go to church in Kauai. And I said, well, if you talk to her, tell her that her mom thinks she should put the kids in a room with today's date, take a picture, and send it to the police. Please, that's my advice as her mother. That would solve a lot of problems.
Why won't she do it?
I don't know. And to me, that's what I would do.
Summer, do you think that she is guilty of the things that she is accused of?
No.
Just let me know.
No,
when
I
you're on.
don't. Not even a little bit. I know for a fact that she did not
Let's keep
conspire to
playing it.
kill Charles.
In fact, can you stop for 1 second so I can
I spent a lot of
identify?
time with Lori and Alex.
Yeah, everyone, we're playing. This is the is it the 2020 interview? And
Yes, it's Arizona Family. They don't zap you, so just know that.
okay, yeah, Arizona Family TV, CBS 5. We're playing this in accordance with YouTube's fair use policy. Okay,
Amen.
now we're good.
All right, and I've been putting the link in the chat.
Great, thank you.
And I also pulled up an email, or there was a text forwarded from Alex Cox to Lori Vallow that appeared to be from their mother. It reads as follows. So whenever we're done.
Okay. Oh, great. Let's read that. Yeah, after we're done with
Leading
this.
up to
Okay.
Charles' death, and I know that there was never any kind of discussion like that about it. Charles texted probably 20 or 30 times, ranging from "I swear I'll be nice, please call me" to "Your end is coming soon." So I saw a lot of threatening texts from him. If Alex hadn't have been there, I think Lori and Tylee would have been on the news for a very different reason.
You asked Alex to go to the house that morning.
Yes, I did. I asked Alex the day before Charles was coming if he would please go stay with Lori. He said, "Lori's going to be fine. She can call me if she needs me." And I said, "Please, I have a very sick feeling in my stomach. Please just go stay there." I was going out of town, and I didn't feel safe with Charles coming into town after the things I had read. So I said, "Will you please just go stay there? And if you're there, then maybe nothing will happen." And that's what I thought. I thought it would just be a deterrent from trouble.
What was your reaction when you heard what happened that morning?
Shock. And I think they were in shock. I was in shock. I found
Can
out.
we stop for a second?
Yes.
Can we stop for just a second, please?
I'll even rewind
Can
it
we
for you.
please go back? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Let me mute it.
Freeze.
Gotcha.
Please freeze on Summer's face right after he asks
Right
that
there.
question.
Yeah, that. Hold on.
What was the question?
Okay, hold on. Let me unmute it.
What happened that morning?
Hold on. Let me go back.
What was your reaction when you heard what happened?
What happened that morning?
Now watch her face. Do y'all want me to play it with sound or no? Yeah, I'll play it with sound.
Okay.
Shock. And I think they were in
Look
shock.
at her smile. She's smiling.
Mm-hmm.
She has a smile on her face. When he asks what was her reaction to what happened that morning, and there is a smile on her face.
Like she's glad it happened, maybe?
It's
That's
a
just
duper
weird.
delight type grin. She's enjoying it. It's sadistic.
Like a duper's delight.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
Look at her. I have taken
Look
this
at that.
screenshot before.
Oh
Look at
my
it. She
God.
even, winky dink there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just horrible.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad y'all got to see that because, okay, one more time.
I was in shock. I found out Friday evening, and
Did I go back?
I was in shock
Nope,
that
nope.
had transpired, but I was very
Hold
grateful.
on. It's going back on the volume. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's
From trouble.
What was your reaction when you heard what happened that morning?
Shock. And I think
Smiling.
they were in shock. I was in shock. I found out Friday evening, and I was in shock that.
Well, she texted Alex the day of my Uncle Charles's murder, and she asked if there was anything yet. Then she asked later, and Alex said, "Oh, something about everything's okay, everything's fine," and she tells the police that, "Oh, it was just Lori and Alex. They just wanted to protect me." I don't understand all this
What?
protection of everybody except for the children.
Okay, wait, I'm confused.
100%.
I'm confused. Back up
Okay.
here.
Okay. The day of Charles's murder,
Right.
Summer was getting on a plane to go to New York. She texts Alex and she asks, "Anything yet?"
Anything yet?
And
What
then
was she
he didn't
expecting?
answer. Well, I don't know. Charles was getting murdered that day. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
was
know.
expecting some kind of a report from Lori about how their interaction went that morning because
Right.
she knew Alex was at Lori's house. She knew there was going to be some kind of a confrontation.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
That had transpired, but I was very grateful also because I know that it would have had a very different outcome had Alex not been there. And I'm sad that that happened. I didn't want.
Sorry. And I'm looking for the part in the FOIA docs right now where Summer asked Lori, "Do you want me to go kill him myself or shoot
Oh
him
my
myself?"
God.
So just
He said that?
hang tight until I can find that for sure.
That to happen. I feel for his family. I understand
don't.
what it feels like to lose a brother.
Mm-mm.
It's not fun. And so I don't wish that on them by any means, but he was here with an agenda. He was here causing the trouble. She was not trying to go after him. He was here bugging her.
Janice, Alex was your son, and he has been described as the family hitman.
I can't help but laugh. Alex is the most laid back person. He's been funny his whole life. He was very protective of Colby and Tylee. Very protective. He said, "I tasered a pedophile." And so he said, "I'm willing to admit it." He's always owned up to anything he's done wrong. He certainly wasn't perfect, but he doesn't have the intensity of a hitman. He doesn't have the desire to be hit. He doesn't think that death solves anything.
When's the
I'm sorry.
It's almost like Janice doesn't even know her own son.
No, she doesn't. Or she's
Because
not admitting it.
when she
Yeah.
says Alex is the most laid back person, if you mean that he doesn't care about anything, he doesn't care about consequences, he doesn't care about people, he doesn't have empathy, sure, that could
There you
be
go.
laid
Yep.
back,
Yeah.
nonchalant, if you will.
Yeah.
And
Oh
remember,
my
he had
God.
already zapped Joe Ryan in his testicles with a,
And killed
stun
Lori.
gun.
No, I don't think that's true. I think that is from
No.
Alex's stand-up set
Oh,
Yeah.
that he
he
said
didn't zap
that.
him in the
No,
testicles. He
I
just
think it
zapped
was in
him.
the chest.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So he zapped him, and he'd already killed Charles, and he was dead at this point too. But I mean, look at that. And what? He's a laid back dude. Give me a break.
Summer doesn't get to say that whole part about, "I know what it's like to lose a brother." It reminded me of Adam and Rex in their AI
Yeah.
Yeah.
resurrection thing. Like it brought me, that's exactly where my mind went was,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
last time you communicated with Tylee?
August, before they moved, was the last time I saw her. And then I texted with her a couple times, but the last time I texted with her was September 24th on her birthday. And she responded and said, "Thank you, Summy, love you. Happy birthday to you too."
And that date is
Can we pause again? I'm
significant
sorry.
because the
Oh
FBI
no, you're fine. I'm right here.
Do we I don't think I realized until just now, this very moment, that if that's true, that means that Lori was playing with Tylee's
Yes.
phone a lot more than I thought she was. You know, I knew that she was, communicating with Colby with Tylee's phone, but she was talking to Summer, and I guess maybe whoever else was texting Tylee. She was doing
Ashlyn,
that
her
to
friend
try.
Ashlyn.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. She was
So
doing that to try and make people think she was still around.
So Tylee's birthday was after she passed away.
Yeah,
After
They
she
have
was
the
murdered.
same birthday. Summer and Tylee have the same birthday, September
Okay.
24th.
Oh yeah,
And
so
so
she was already dead.
yeah.
And so yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So it was Lori texting Summer. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Ready?
All right. We're ready.
And then I texted with her a couple times, but the last time I texted with her was September 24th on her birthday. And she responded and said, "Thank you, Summy. Love you. Happy birthday to you too."
And that date is significant because the FBI says that she has not been seen since the beginning of September. Do you believe that that was Tylee who was texting you back?
I don't really have any way to know. I like to believe that it is.
What?
I said, no, that's a good question. He's saying, you know, that do you believe that was Tylee? You know, and this was before the kids were found, so that was good.
And that face again. I'd like to believe. I'm sorry. I'm super analytical. Okay, when it comes to these people. So, call it what you will.
Tylee,
So
who was
I've
texting you
watched
back?
I've watched the behavior panel a lot, and also I follow an account on TikTok called Why the Face, somebody who's done facial analysis for decades. And they say that that sideways talking out of one side of your mouth, that's deception. Yep.
Holy cow. Well, it's all the time then. Well, not all the time. She didn't do it as much. I'm talking about Lori. She didn't do it that much in this, whatever, the last interview with Nate. She did it with Keith Morrison for sure.
Yeah.
Like the sidewinding. It was very, very pronounced, you know. And I noticed that Summer does this too. That's actually who I first noticed it on, you know. I didn't know Lori to do that until then it really became pronounced, you know.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Thanks for sharing.
I don't really have any way to know. I like to believe that it is, but I really don't have any way to know. It could be either way. But as far as I know, it was her. I don't have any reason to think otherwise.
Are you defending Lori because she's your daughter and she's your sister? Or are you defending her because you really think that she did nothing wrong?
We really think that she did nothing wrong. She's had some bad judgment. She's married a few men that we didn't care for.
She'll be the first to say that
Yeah,
she's made a lot of mistakes and she's paid high prices for those mistakes. She is a very humble person. She doesn't blame other people. She takes responsibility for herself.
Bullshit.
So what is the scenario?
Yeah, this does not age well at all. Like,
No, it doesn't.
Sorry.
It's the worst.
She never took responsibility. She
Never.
is not a humble person. I'm
Friday,
sorry. I
this
can't
last
sit with
Friday,
that.
she didn't take accountability. If I had done something wrong, then I would apologize. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
come on
And
now.
Megan, she never ever took responsibility for anything, right?
No.
When you knew her, yeah,
No. And that's and actually I said this to Brianna Whitney. We were talking at the verdict of Brandon's trial. And I asked her, you know, if she was going to interview Lori again. And at the time she was like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to try to get something. And we were talking about, you know, she said, what's something that you would ask Lori? And I said, a really great question to ask a person that you suspect has narcissistic traits is to ask them what mistakes they made or what responsibility they take for what happened, because they can't do it. They cannot do it. And as an example, I will tell you, I was listening to a person with narcissistic traits be interviewed or be questioned on the stand. And the attorney said, what did you do to contribute to the demise of your marriage?
Right.
And this person said, you know, I think I got married too young.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not taking responsibility. That is blaming something else for what happened. And so, you know, it's kind of the same type of thing. You know, if you ask Lori, did you do anything that you regret? That's the question I would ask her. And that's the only one that I would ask her.
And she would say no.
And she would say, no, I don't have any
Absolutely.
regrets. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not responsible
For anything. No, not at all. Okay.
Okay.
She doesn't blame other people. She takes responsibility for herself.
So what is the scenario that Tylee and JJ are still alive?
Well, to us, we believe they are because we know Lori. And we have seen her dedication. His mother had been drugged drug mother. He was born addicted to drugs,
I want
and he only
to.
weighed 1 pound 9 ounces.
It
They
was
didn't
2
know, of course,
pounds. It was actually 2 pounds and 14 ounces.
Okay.
then that he was autistic.
All right.
But she was dedicated to him from the moment he came home.
Are they in a bunker somewhere? Are they with friends? Where do you think they are?
We don't know. We wish we knew. We don't know. But we also don't know what Lori has been through. She was being threatened. She was being followed.
Oh,
She had
please.
reasons for doing
Wow.
what she did. And we don't know everything that she's been through or why she's doing things the way that she's doing them now.
Who's threatening her? Who was threatening her?
Okay. So she's about to say my Uncle Bobby and my Uncle Jerry. Just know that.
Okay. Oh my God.
Well, Kay was threatening her.
Oh,
They're her
jeez.
brothers.
Give me a break.
They're very upset about Charles's death.
Uh-huh.
There was a lot of threats made to Lori.
I feel like Kay could have handled this a lot of different ways. And she could have gone and filed in court for JJ. She could have done things a lot of ways. She did this very strategically.
She asked to see the kids.
That's all she did. She asked for a wellness check. This is horrible. I'd forgotten
So
this.
what did she do strategically, Summer? Like, do tell us,
Yeah.
please. What
How
did
was this
Kay do
strategic?
strategically?
Right.
And where did you get that information also, by the
Mhm.
way? If Lori wasn't
Mhm.
talking to you, how did you know what Kay was doing?
She was talking to her. I've got receipts from October 7th, even September. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't have them right here on my on hand, so I
Mhm.
can't say that right now, but I will. Not today, but I will.
And
Soon.
deliberately. This is somebody who's hurting and in pain because she's lost her brother, and I understand that. But this is a revenge situation. This is not a.
Seriously.
This is something that could have been settled much.
It was a revenge situation, but it was Lori's revenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, you're right. It was Lori's. This is Kay worried sick about her grandchild is all. That's all
Yep.
this, what it was nothing. There was no vengeance. There was no hatred. There was no following. That's all Lori making that crap up.
There
Oh.
was sheer panic
There you
because
go.
Charles,
Panic.
I knew immediately too, Megan. I was like, oh, I mean, I went into a rage. And I was like saying the C word. I mean, I was going, my mom even repeated me and I was like, oh my God, because I was just like, I was so pissed off at first. And I've never reacted to anything that pissed off. And, it was I just knew it was wrong.
Right.
You just know in your gut, anyways.
Quieter and calmly, and it didn't have to get to this level. Lori is the legal parent of both Tylee and JJ. She has a
Now.
right to live wherever she wants to live and raise them and not include anybody in their lives that she doesn't feel is good for them.
Mhm.
That's her right as a parent. She should not be forced to do any of the things that she's been asked to do. That's
Change the damn laws then. Sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. What was she being forced to do? Provide
Right.
proof of life for her two
Yep.
children?
That's
She
it.
was
Yeah.
she was not being forced. At this point,
They're
the
dead.
only thing she was forced to do was provide proof that her children were alive. That's all.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And she couldn't do it. And again, they're excusing her behavior, which is the whole problem, which what led to this happening. They didn't ever want to hold Lori accountable for her behavior. It was everybody else's fault.
Yeah.
Let's just look at this from a rational person's point of view. If it is in fact true, which we know it's not, but if it was in fact true that Adam was trying to kill Lori for her quote $2 million life insurance policy, if it was true that
Yeah.
Jerry and Bobby were trying to harass Lori, if it were true that Kay was trying to take JJ away from her,
And
and
then
she
Brandon was
did,
conspiring with the police.
and that,
Okay.
yeah, Brandon was conspiring, and then she did take and put her kids in hiding with someone safe or whatever. When she gets served with those papers from the police that says she's going to be arrested and taken to jail if she doesn't prove that they're alive, here's what I would do. I would provide proof of life privately at the police station and say,
Yeah.
please don't share this with anyone. I'm afraid for my children's safety.
Mhm.
But you would still provide the proof to the police and you would say, please help me protect these kids.
Exactly. And as the parent and sister, the fact that she didn't do that, they should be the ones that
Exactly.
are, you know,
Exactly.
saying, okay, she didn't provide proof of life. Something is wrong here. Something
Yes.
is wrong.
You better believe that if my daughter cut off contact with me and took my grandsons and tried to hide them somewhere, I would be driving to her house, knocking on her door, talking to her in person, saying, what is going on and how can I help?
Absolutely.
I would not be sitting there going, well, she said that they're safe and I agree with her.
She's a good mom, and yeah.
She's always been a good mom. I don't think she's going to hurt them.
Right. Okay.
And,
Back over.
you know what? And that one part where Summer has to bring up JJ and the condition he, you know, how much he weighed and stuff when he was born. I think that is trying to make Kay and her family look bad and Lori look
Yep.
like a saint.
100%. Thank you for bringing that up.
I never looked at it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they know all the things, or I'm just saying it's harmful. I guess Squeaky Wheel might be having an issue, but again, it's just taking another look at things.
Right now, who's
That's
having an
what I'm
issue?
doing. I'm going to continue doing this until the day I freaking walk
Absolutely.
away from this platform.
Don't stop.
I'm going to continue doing this in my mind and my heart until I die. Okay. Because
Absolutely.
this is just so senseless. And there's not just one, there's not just two, there's possibly, allegedly, maybe 3 people in this family who conspired to, and I'm saying this because Trina said before that there were multiple investigations into Melani Boudreaux. And I mean, I do believe that she had knowledge for sure. I would say that's me. That's my opinion, that she had knowledge of the kids, that she had knowledge of Charles. Okay. And that she had knowledge of Brandon and Tammy too. I mean, they were in Hawaii the same weekend that they took Tammy out. You know, Melanie was in Hawaii with Lori and Audrey Baratero.
Exactly.
So,
and I
this is-
see, Kresha, what you're saying about Squeaky Wheel. And Squeaky Wheel, we'll address what you're saying here in a little bit. I want to listen to this. But Megan, you were going to say something? Were you going to say something, Megan? No?
No,
Okay. Okay. And I'm sorry, Kresha. Did I interrupt you? I apologize.
No,
Okay.
it's just so hard. We talk over each other all the time. It's okay.
That's okay.
I do for sure. So,
Especially at this time of night when my medicine is gone and my ADHD has taken over and I just can't. It's really, really hard.
And we're all
still
frustrated.
processing. Yeah, I'm still processing, and then it's enraging too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, gonna play it.
It's not okay.
Have you asked your sister where the kids are?
No, I've talked to her a couple of times.
Really?
Why not?
Talked to her.
Oh my God.
Oh, that scared me.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
Like I'm coming back to this. Like I haven't watched this in a really long time.
Why
and
not?
knowing everything that we know. Have you
Yeah.
asked your sister where the kids are? Why would
That'd be
you
the
not
first-
ask her that? That
Well,
would be
she's
the
about to
first
tell
question.
you. She's about to tell you, and it's that inverted thinking, in my opinion. Here, I'm gonna let her finish it, and then I'm gonna pause it again. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No. This is perfect. This is good to go over these things again with hindsight, with the knowledge that you do know. I think so.
It's not okay.
Have you asked your sister where the kids are?
No, I've talked to her a couple of times. The first time I talked to her, everything is recorded, and I know she can't tell me. And I don't want to put her in a position that's going to make anything worse for her. I want her to know I love her and I support her, and she knows I love her and the kids. But I did tell her we were worried about her and the kids the first time I spoke with her. And she said to me, you know me, and you know I've always taken care of my kids. And I do know that. I do know that. It's removed every doubt in my mind that she's done anything wrong. I know she wouldn't do that. That's just not who she is. And her children are everything. She's always put them first above everything. Every fight she ever had with Charles was about how he treated Tylee. And if he was not kind to Tylee, she would leave the house and say, if you can't get along with Tylee, we're not staying here.
All she'd.
Okay, there. She couldn't tell her because she was in jail.
And she didn't want to do anything to hurt her. Not
Didn't wanna-
about the kids, but hurt Lori.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
such
don't get the
this is
truth or
such
anything.
yeah, this is such backwards thinking.
Mhm.
And this is actually what caused a rift in my own family of origin as well, is that, confronted with an adult who wants to be supported in what they're doing, I'm supporting the kid. Bottom line,
Mhm.
period.
Right.
I'm supporting what is healthiest for the kid.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if that's not what you want, sorry.
Right.
Exactly.
Somebody needs
Exactly.
to. Everybody was advocating and protecting the adults in this family, and nobody was protecting the kids. Period. Not
Perfect.
to. I mean, I'm not even talking about Charles or Tammy. I'm talking about the kids. They
Exactly.
can't just dig out. I mean, this is their mother. It's.
Yeah, I
And
mean the
oh,
whole point is, if you listen to this interview, and if the question that you hold in your mind is, who is advocating for the children?
Mhm.
And somebody said it in chat earlier, who does this interview benefit? It benefits Lori, it benefits Summer, it benefits Janice. It does not benefit the kids on any level. Nobody's talking about what's best for the kids, except the
Right.
interviewer maybe. But the answers are not about the kids. They're about Lori.
Lori's supposed love for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I get it. I can see that. I can see that part where they can say she would never harm her kids. I'm just trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to be balanced here, but it
hard.
it definitely does nothing for the children. Nothing at all. At all.
Yeah.
It's all selfish motivations. It's not thinking about the kids. Period. You're right.
What you
Okay.
need to do was show proof that the kids are alive and are well. Can you understand why she's refusing to do that?
It seems simple. It did to me. That's why when I was talking to our friend, if I said, if you see her, just tell her. That's what I would do. That's my advice. But I don't know what she knows. All I know is the woman that she is. I did not see any great change in Lori. I think the only change that happened was when she found out Charles was cheating on her. That ruined that marriage. Before she accused Charles of cheating, he never said one bad.
She just yeah. Okay. Before she hold on, I already forgot. Before she accused Charles of cheating. I know it's very minimal. It's very small.
No, before she found out Charles was cheating on her.
Let me see.
That happened was when she found out Charles was cheating on her. That
Okay.
ruined that
My
marriage.
bad. Thank you for thank you. I was like, no. Okay.
Before she accused Charles of
There
cheating.
it is. Before she accused Charles of cheating.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He never said one bad word about Lori ever. Not once. He never said anything.
What?
Then he started all of this. She thinks she's God, tried to get her excommunicated from the church.
Summer said, Lori, I know you have an important mission. I mean, that's the stuff I'm talking about. It's the double speak here.
Right.
Of this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's a great freeze, by the way. It's perfect.
I'm sorry, Janice.
No, I mean, it really was, the ultimate insult to Janice and Summer and Barry too. I'm going to put him in there. Is that Charles was trying to get her temple recommend taken away. Like, that was the ultimate insult, because that was religious persecution, basically.
God forbid, literally.
Yeah, God forbid that she should get her temple recommend taken away.
Yeah.
That's what they were so incensed about.
Yep.
Bottom line, not the kids.
Right.
Not the kids being missing, not being cut off from communication, and her not answering any questions about the kids. They were mad that she couldn't go to the temple anymore. That's what they were really mad about.
How dare Charles? How dare he?
Let's continue.
No help.
He thinks she's God, tried to get her excommunicated from the church. He went to attorneys and said, I'm scared for my life. The whole time he was texting us, calling us, trying to get Lori back. Finally, he said, tell Lori I'll drop all the court proceedings if she'll just come back and talk to me.
Do you think she's in a cult?
No,
No,
no.
no.
We
So
I've spoken to
Janice was saying this as a disparaging comment, as if the worst thing in the world was
Mhm.
Charles trying to get Lori back.
Yep.
You know, like
Wow.
he didn't even, he was just trying to get her back. What? Why is
Yeah.
that a bad thing?
It's not a
He was
bad thing.
he was also reaching and asking for help.
Yes, 100%. He was
Yeah,
asking
with
for
the
help, and
ploy.
he was asking for help, and they were mocking him because he was
Yeah.
asking for help.
Yeah. Now I want to read this because it's a good time for this, I think. There is, I'm going to share this tab with you. So this is from the Chandler police documents that I have, the 1,108 pages. This is on page 205 of 1,108. This is on March 2nd, 2019. There was a forwarded text from Alex Cox to Lori Vallow that appeared to be from their mother, and it reads as follows. Love you too, Al. I do realize all of that. Realize this. Lori canceled his trip home. His truck. Okay, I don't know what she meant by that. Took all of his clothes. Yeah, hit his truck.
She canceled his flight. He was coming
Canceled his
home from a
flight,
business trip, and she canceled the flight.
It's just a typo, is what I'm saying. It
Yeah,
hit
oh,
his
yeah.
truck, took all of his clothes, and drained the bank account. If I was Charles, I would be upset and do hurtful things. So would you. Also, even if Charles cheated with hookers, your dad and I cannot ever judge. Charles has never done anything but support me and love me. I love Lori with all my heart. I will help her in any way I can. But because I've been talking to Charles with the Spirit guiding me, note that. Even if he doesn't have the Spirit, do you see what I'm saying? But because I've been talking to Charles with the Spirit guiding me, even if he doesn't have the Spirit, it has led him not to go through with a divorce and decided to turn on all the cell phones and put them back in Lori's name and move out of the house, and is going to pay for Lori to move back in. No strings attached. So if that happens, just know the Lord works in mysterious ways. Sometimes things that look black and white are actually gray. I love you. I would love to talk to Lori, but I haven't heard from her. I know I'm led by the Spirit in my actions, unquote. Seconds later, Alex sent another text to Lori that read, quote, Ned just came by and Tylee unleashed on him. He came to my house and he went to redacted first. He ran up in a rental car, unquote. No response from Lori was observed. My thing in this is, it sounds, when I first read this, it sounded like, okay, she was taking up for Charles.
She was sticking up for him.
But then you read it again and it says, Charles has never done anything but support me and love me. I don't love him and I support him. It's me. But then she says, I love Lori with all my heart. I will help her any way I can. And then she says, but because I've been talking to Charles with the Spirit guiding me, even if he doesn't have the Spirit, meaning he is what, Megan? Void
Dark.
of
Dark.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
so
nice passive way.
saying that the Spirit told me is the ultimate trump card for Mormons.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
basically
explain that.
saying you cannot disagree with me because the Spirit of God confirmed this to me.
Lori says this.
Before I had this conversation with Charles, I prayed and asked for the Spirit to be with me. And so I feel like everything that I said in that conversation was guided by the Spirit of God, by the Holy Spirit, by the Holy Ghost, whatever you want to call it.
By
and
God.
it is the ultimate trump card. So no matter what you're doing, if you say, I prayed and God told me, or if you say, I prayed and the Spirit was with me and the Spirit directed me to say this, the Spirit directed me to ask this, the Spirit
And
directed
was
me to
not
do
with him.
this.
Even if he doesn't have the Spirit, she knew he was dark.
Right. And that's what they were saying, is that because Lori accused Charles of having an affair, they believed that he did not have the Spirit with him anymore. And so his actions were wrong. But Lori, because she was going to the temple every day, she obviously had the Spirit with her. So everything she was doing was right. And this is Janice in a conversation saying, I was guided by the Spirit. So the conversation I had with Charles, that was real, that was right, that was true.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw this in those famous Reddit emails that Summer and Adam exchanged, where Summer is telling Adam to repent because she's like, I had the Spirit with me. I know that
Lori
I'm
says
correct
this.
about this.
Lori says this. I know what God told me, and I will never live it down. For if I did, my soul would be at stake. And I'm just like, that resonates for me.
But Janice is just saying the Spirit. What she's saying is right. Nobody can argue with her.
It's
Exactly.
passive aggressive to me.
You can't argue with it because the Spirit directed me to say this, or directed our conversation, or the Spirit witnessed to me that Charles was telling the truth. So even if he doesn't have the Spirit with him, I had it with me during this conversation, and so I know it's true.
So she's saying all these wonderful things about Charles, and yet in this interview, she's basically trashing him.
Yeah. She's saying, without saying that he is dark or a zombie, she's saying it in a very passive aggressive way that flew under my radar for sure, until I went back and I was just like, oh my God, she's saying it without saying it outright.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. It's sneaky and I don't like it. Anyways.
And for all the people in chat, there are a lot of people in chat who are saying things like, it was obviously the wrong spirit, like not God's Spirit, it's the wrong spirit. It's not either one of those things. It is your own confirmation bias. Because what we are taught in the Mormon Church is to pray to God. And if we get a good, warm feeling, that means that what we're praying for is right and is true.
Right.
And so
things down.
You're going to go into a prayer with your own desires, your own confirmation, the things that you want, basically.
That's if you even go those steps and not just use it to manipulate.
Right. But like, for example, I've told this example before on my channel. Like I prayed to know whether or not I should go to graduate school.
Yeah.
And when I prayed about it, I got a good feeling about it. And so that meant I should go to graduate school. And in reality, I wanted to go to graduate school. I thought that was a super cool idea. I wanted to further my learning and all of that kind of stuff. But I also had a lot of young children at home and not a lot of income. And it probably would have been better for me to spend more time with my children rather than going to graduate school. But because I prayed about it and I felt a warm feeling when I prayed, I made the assumption that God was telling me to go to graduate school. And so then later when my mom asked me and she was like, Megan, how are you going to make this work? Like, you've got these young kids. Like, and what I said to my mother was, I don't know how I'm going to make it work, but God told me to do it. So I am going to do it. And he's going to provide a way for me to do it.
Exactly.
Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that.
And that's the same thing here. The exact same thing here. So yeah,
I think it's the same thing that Chad did when he decided to move to Rexburg in 2015.
Exactly.
It was my own brain telling me, this is something that I want. Does it feel like the right thing or not? Oh, I get a warm, fuzzy feeling when I feel that. It means God wants me to do it.
Don't question me and God's guidance for me. And yeah. Oof. All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Said, tell Lori I'll drop all the court proceedings and she'll just come back and talk to me.
Do you think she's in a cult?
No, we don't.
I've spoken to people who live near Chad and they say we follow Chad. They look at Chad like he's some sort of messiah.
Some people can do that if that's what they choose to do. They're entitled to their religious freedom and belief. That's the great thing about our country. We have religious freedom and you can believe whatever you choose to believe. I don't know Chad very well. I've only met him one time.
I've only met him one time. Just saying.
I just have to laugh at Salt and Pepper saying that they felt a warm feeling about having two desserts, because me too.
Damn Taco Bell. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, that's got to be very uncomfortable. A lot, you know. Chad talked about burning in the bosom all the time. Just saying.
Okay.
I mean, from what I saw. So, okay.
Freedom and belief. That's
on
the
that.
great thing about our country. We have religious freedom, and you can believe whatever you choose to believe. I don't know Chad very well. I've only met him one time. I've never heard anything about him self-proclaiming to be a prophet or anything else of that nature, or trying to get people to follow him. But if somebody chooses to do that on their, on their own, that's their choice. I certainly would never do that.
Can we talk about how afraid Summer is to offend anybody at all, ever? Like, she's just going to play the middle of the road no matter what question she gets asked.
True.
I just want to say that you can practice any religion you want. I agree. You can follow, you can believe, but you can't practice, obviously, if it hurts people. That's my that's my boundary. So
Absolutely.
it hurts a lot of kids around the world all the time.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Okay. Anybody else?
Yep. I'm with you.
I follow the teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They might be misguided in their thoughts or thinking, but I don't think it makes them bad people.
You don't think that Chad brainwashed her?
No, he couldn't do it. It's not possible. It wouldn't be possible.
Okay.
I feel sorry for her right now. I really do.
Why is that funny? But it is funny. I don't know.
It's not funny, but it's so
It's not possible.
Okay?
You know, anybody who reacts that way, like it's just not possible. It's so typical of Janice, though, to laugh something off as impossible rather than sitting with the discomfort of saying, you know what? Maybe it is possible that someone brainwashed my daughter if she's not talking to me and my grandchildren are missing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So true.
Good point. Ready. Let's do that one more time.
No, he couldn't do it. It's not possible. It wouldn't be possible. We can't speak intelligently about Chad and Lori. I think that, when you don't have any understanding, we didn't know anything about it. We didn't know we learned they got married on the news, right?
Yeah, we didn't
So
know.
didn't know.
We've never been invited to any of Lori's weddings. So this was not unusual for us.
We were invited. We didn't go to any.
Dear Lord.
We were invited. We didn't go. Just saying. He's like, what the hell is going on here? Like, oh, Morgan Lowe. It's just so judgmental to me. It's like we were invited, but we just didn't go.
Well, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't speak intelligently about it. Well, can you speak stupidly about it? Can you at least just speak stupidly about it? Let's do that. Well, I guess that's what they did. But yeah, I mean, I have to. I don't know. It just obviously it infuriates me. We weren't invited to, like, they're pausing the interview here to have a little moment between the two of them where they're like, ha ha ha, this super weird thing happened in our family, but we're going to just laugh it off. That is spot on for this family. Lori never invited us to any of her weddings. Oh, that's not a red flag. That's just a weird quirk.
Yeah, it's just a quirky thing.
Yeah.
Lord.
All right.
Okay.
That's good.
Weddings. So this was not unusual for us.
We were invited. We didn't go to any.
I've never been invited to one. That's fine.
How has this last year affected your family?
It's been devastating. We've had a family that loved each other, that did everything together. We loved each other through good and bad. We had wonderful parties. They were all very clean. Charles said, I've never been to a party before without drinking. He didn't think it could be fun.
This is true because I saw with my own two eyes. I read.
But did you hear with your ears?
No, because no sound came out of it. But it was my Uncle Charles's testimony that he wrote that I brought to my Aunt Susan's to show her, and then I left it, and then we don't know where it is. And I would have loved to have read that.
What did it say?
It was titled "I Had Not Yet Met a Mormon," and he started with that. That was the title, and then he talked about growing up as a kid, in our Catholic dysfunctional family, right? Because we were not trying to be perfect. I'm not for sure. Like I don't even try to portray that because that's a lie.
He talked about
Then
not meeting a Mormon.
I had not yet met a Mormon was the title. Then he talked about being a kid growing up, in Lake Charles and whatever. I don't remember it all. And then I just know like a generalization of it. Then he talked about going to college and everything, playing ball. And then every time a new paragraph, a new era of his life, he would say, I had not yet met a Mormon. And then he went to talking about how he went through his divorces, the children, that he had, things like that. Then I had not yet met a Mormon. Then he talks about meeting Lori, a Mormon, and her family, and how he learned that he could have fun without alcohol. And it was clean. It was clean fun. He really enjoyed them. And I'm wondering why or how, but I mean, obviously that's what he wrote. So I'm just sharing that.
Right.
That actually corroborates what she's saying.
Right.
And then he said that how him and like Lori was teaching primary and he was teaching also at the church or for the church or whatever. And the kids would call him Mr. Lori. They loved Lori and they called him Mr. Lori. And I had not yet been a Mormon. And I mean, I wish. And I looked and I asked my Aunt Susan to just dig everywhere, because
that would be fun to have.
That would have been awesome to read at his victim impact statement because those were his true words. That was his testimony.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I know we're going long. Sorry.
It was fun at the parties. All of us had a great time. We knew that there were, we all know each other's imperfections, but we were very close. It's been devastating not to see Tylee and JJ in such a long time. We love them so much. And it's been devastating not to see Lori. And it's
past tense.
It was hard to hear about Alex from the police. We didn't know he'd gotten married. We didn't know he'd moved back to Arizona. That was very hard. So it's affected every part of our family.
Is it fair to criticize her for being in paradise in Hawaii while there's a manhunt on for her kids? I mean, that didn't look good.
It didn't look good. I agree. We agree. We didn't like the way it looked, but we knew that they weren't missing to her. That's a whole difference if your children are missing, or if they're not missing to her.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Can you please explain missing?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I agreed with this. When this first came out, I was like, right, they're not missing to her.
Right.
That's
right.
What
he knows where they are. And by the way, did you notice Janice said that she loved them so much, past tense.
Loved spending time with them.
We loved them so much.
Yeah. Wasn't like, oh, my kids are missing, I'm going to go on a vacation. That's a very different scenario.
But it's still hard to see because we know how much Tylee and JJ love Lori. They want.
Not Lori loves them.
Right.
Just saying. It's a narcissistic kind of thing to say, in my opinion. It's like they love me, they love her. And then, anyways.
To be with their mom. JJ would say all the time, just mom, just mom. I want mom to touch his mom. So I don't like the fact that they're separated. I don't like that.
Who's separate? Oh, okay. I was like, who's separated?
JJ and Lori,
yeah, and the kids and Lori, right. Okay.
But I don't know what the reason is, and it could be a wonderful reason. And maybe she's protecting him from something terrible. I don't know. But I do know
that's the question you ask.
But it's Kay and it's horrible. And she's doing all this stuff to Lori. And, kind of points to that she don't know,
No, she has
her as a mother, that she's doing the best she knows how for her children.
Is there any part of the dark recesses of your minds that say maybe she cracked and maybe this is not going to end up well.
We have gone through those scenarios probably 100 times.
If something has happened to those children, it is not by her doing. And it's not by her permission to do something. There is no way that she did anything to them. There's just no way.
Yeah, we know her well enough to know that.
Yeah.
We know that. And she couldn't crack enough to do harm to her children. I've never seen anyone who put their whole life and soul into a child like she did with each one of those kids.
That's an eerie statement right there.
That is.
So
that's really-
I think
it's
what is
over.
really, really important to look at in this particular segment and what chilled me to the bone about this interview is what's about to come up next. But if you see Janice and Summer looking at each other for agreement, looking at each other for support, looking at each other to make sure that they're saying the same things, they're on the same page, they're spouting the family narrative. That's what is hard for me to see.
Right.
Wow.
They're looking at each other all the time.
Good point.
That is a great point.
And that's how they did in the very beginning of this interview. They said that we have a goal, and that's what we're here for. Well, we have a goal.
They're looking at each other. Yep.
And they're
You're right.
in agreement. So we're just going to do our goal. Yeah. So we're going to go in with whatever.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you go to the very end, I think the very last question, did she do this? I think that's like the final question.
Ready? Ooh.
Is there any part of the dark recesses of your minds that say maybe she cracked and maybe this is not going to end up well?
We have gone
Janice
through
is nodding.
Scenarios.
Janice is nodding in the affirmative.
Let's see.
Let me,
Back up.
yeah, I've been looking at those kind of things too. Lori does that a lot also.
Can we see?
Okay.
Yeah, let's see that.
I'm backing it up.
Dark
Thank you.
recesses of your minds that say maybe she cracked and maybe this is not going to end up well.
Yeah.
We have gone through
Yeah. All right.
those scenarios probably 100 times.
If something has happened to those children, it is not by her doing.
Whose doing is it by?
And it's not by her permission to do something. There is no way that she did anything to them. There's just no way.
Yeah, we know her well enough to know that. We know that. And she couldn't
Look at them
crack
looking at each
enough
other.
They were really looking at each other a lot.
to do harm to her children. I've never seen anyone who put their whole life and soul into a child like she did with each one of those kids.
I didn't do that.
Yeah. And that's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I get cut off.
Oh my gosh.
The thing that told me, and maybe I just missed it because we were talking and whatever, but this interview haunts me because when I saw this interview, I had been unplugged for a really long time. I think I said that I didn't, from the time that Lori was arrested until the time that they found the kids, I was seeing stuff in the news every day, but I wasn't reading it because I just could not. But this interview I watched because I wanted to hear what they were going to say. What chilled me to the bone was when, I don't know, he asked a question, did she do this? And Janice turned to Summer and said, I don't see it. Do you? And Summer turns to Janice and goes, no, I don't see it. And it's like that, it's that agreement between the two of them that we're going to, this is the narrative that we are going to put forward, no matter what, no matter what other information we have, and without actually thinking critically about all of the circumstances of everything. We haven't talked to Lori. She's cut us off. She's hidden the kids away. She's told, we know this thing is out there where she has said, people are after her. She's protecting the kids, but they haven't asked her the hard questions, and they won't because they don't want to get on her bad side. That's what I get the most out of this interview.
Absolutely right. Now, I've been holding this comment the whole time here from Squeaky Wheel because I think this is important. And that is, I just surprised I came to this channel to see the creators trying to convict another couple of people for this crime. I thought they'd won the battle. Okay, that is not what we are doing here. Not at all. Not even close. And there's no winning or losing here at all, Squeaky Wheel. We're not trying to convict anybody. We're just trying to show, because they're still going to be coming out and talking. I think, is Summer going to be at CrimeCon? Is she going to be talking about this? You know, Alex and not Alex, sorry, Adam and Rex, they've got that YouTube channel that they're doing the AI of Alex and other killers. It needs to come out their what their involvement was. And I'm not saying they're involved in the crime itself, but they enabled Lori to continue on by not admitting the truth. And, you know, we have the text messages from Summer. We have them talking about, you know, Charles, and Summer talking about her former boyfriend who's a hitman. I mean, all these things that have a lot of questions that need to be answered. We're not convicted. We know who killed the kids. We know who, you know, it's Charles. No, sorry, it's Chad, it's Lori, it's Alex. We know those are the main ones. But Lori's family enabled her to go down this path, and they are still not facing the truth. They're still not. They are not facing, by calling Megan a liar just out of the blue, when Megan has done anything but lie about what, you know, what has been going on. It infuriates me to no end to see them attack people. Listening to this, all Kay Woodcock wanted was to make sure that JJ and Tylee were okay. That's it. She wasn't doing anything. Her brothers weren't following Lori, but they believed it, heart and soul. And they haven't come out and said, you know, I think Janice said something in the Netflix documentary, but they haven't come out and said, boy, were we wrong. And, you know, we should have done more. Now we need to look at the hard truth, and let's make sure this doesn't ever happen again. And we need to look at our culpability of allowing Lori to continue the madness. And it is still continuing. And that is what infuriates me. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kresha.
Just like I look at the church and things that fed into the delusions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because Lori and Chad aren't alone in all this. There are so many more people just like this.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different things that factor into this. It's complex. It's as complex as the case is.
Right.
And it's nobody wins. Trust me. That struck me very.
This isn't about winning or losing. You know, not
There's
at
no
all.
winning here.
And what I want to, sorry,
Exactly.
go ahead.
And I have felt Janice. I have felt for them, but I feel like I'm the only one that does this. Like I don't get that back from them.
They don't give it
It's
back.
not
No.
genuine
Mm-mm.
at all. It's very narcissistic. It is to me. I'm not diagnosing because first off, I don't have that, you know, that whatever. I don't have that degree, but I'm just saying these are things that are uncomfortable. And we need to get comfortable talking about these things. It's not taking her down. It's not tearing her down. It's not blaming her or them. It's just saying, hey, here are some things. Analyze, you know, it's okay to like do these things. It's not like a freaking takedown. I've been accused of trying to take down the church. And I'm like, what would be my point?
No.
What would I get out of that? I don't enjoy tearing other people down, but they do.
Exactly. And what were you going to say, Megan?
Just that, you know, it's not necessarily a takedown of an individual person. It's calling out these behaviors of enabling. It's calling out the behaviors of manipulation and control. And, you know, Judge Boreski actually had a really good point in the sentencing statement. He sort of alluded to the fact that many people lost their objectivity when Lori manipulated them.
Yes.
And I absolutely think that Janice and Summer fall into that camp. If they had any objectivity at all, they lost their objectivity whenever they were manipulated by Lori because, you know, she told them lies and they believed it without asking for receipts. So
over the kids, over Charles, over Adam, over everything.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So what I'm always advocating for, and you know, squeaky wheel, we get so many people who are like, aren't you done talking about the case? No, because We can take the template of this case and we can pick it up and put it down on any family system, and we can find the manipulators, we can find the people who are controlling, and we can find the enablers, and we can find the people who've been harmed by that behavior. That's the point. The point
Exactly.
is that I've said this all along. We all know somebody like Lori. Before she was accused of killing people, she was first accused of manipulating people and putting on one face in public and another one in
Yes.
private. We all know somebody like that. We all know somebody who lies to get what they want. We all know somebody who manipulates the situation to make them look a little bit better than they actually are, to sort of
Right.
explain away their bad behavior. That's why we keep talking about this. It's because
Absolutely.
ordinary people with ordinary lives who are not involved in true crime are still affected by this kind of behavior. That's what's important.
And there's
And we have
more.
lost the ability to accept criticism without shame. We think
Right.
that when somebody calls out something that we said or did, that they're saying that we're a terrible person. That's not it.
Nope.
They attack
I'm not-
character instead of reviewing it themselves.
Exactly.
And
And I'm
owning
not
up to it,
even
saying,
saying,
oh, maybe so.
yeah, exactly. I'm not even saying 100% that Summer's a terrible person. I'm not saying 100% that Janice is a terrible person.
No.
I'm saying look at their behavior in this little snapshot right here
Right. Exactly.
and recognize that it's not
That's
healthy.
public. That's
And just
public.
because you're not healthy for 5 minutes doesn't mean that you're all the way unhealthy. We all
No.
do unhealthy things. But it's so important to look at that and say, I didn't handle that well. I
Right.
should have done that differently.
Exactly.
I need to take a look at my tendency to have a blind spot for this person over here. We
How-
just
and I-
need to examine our behavior and say, we don't always get it right. And let's look at the times when we don't and relate to each other in healthier ways, rather than saying, oh, if somebody called me out, they're saying I'm a terrible person and I'm going to block them and never talk to them again.
They're
Mhm.
evil. They're evil. They're dark. I mean, that's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I
And
want
I've
to. Oh, go ahead,
I've
Karsha.
even reviewed my own, and I hadn't hardly any like interaction with them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I even have reflected in my own. I'm like, how could I have done? You know, should I have been more involved? Should I have seen these things? You know, like
Mhm.
I've examined my own life in my own role in this huge
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I mean that's normal to me, but it's not normal for everybody.
They don't do that. You do that, even though you had, you were not there. You were not like in getting
No.
text messages and no, but
Right.
you still took the time to re-examine yourself to say, what could I have done?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's the difference. I do want to make a comment on this. Trace on the case is talking to Sherry in chat and says, I was sitting behind Summer in court. This was on Friday in the court hearing. And that was the comment Summer made to my friend sitting next to her. And what was that comment again? Because we have a lot of new people in chat. What did Summer
Megan
say?
was a liar.
Yeah.
Megan was a liar.
Megan was a liar.
And,
Just
and
out
I
of the
mean,
blue.
mom pointed Summer out to me because we were sitting in the jury box. So we were
Mhm.
facing like Lori's are right here and we're, like this. So I see her face, which we didn't get to talk about. Okay.
Right.
But we will tomorrow. And so mom immediately was like, look who's here. And I was like, who? I still didn't
Mhm.
see. And she pointed at Summer. She was like, she's here for the victims. And I was like, huh? Like it just caught me off guard. And I was
Well,
just like,
yeah.
well, I mean, everybody has a right to do whatever, do you, boo? Like I'm whatever. But it's just like, I don't know. I've never seen any kind of behavior that or emotions that actually show any kind of, I don't know. I mean, yeah, to I guess maybe I don't grieve like her, but I'm not saying grief. I'm saying don't say one thing and do another. That's the thing that bothers me, is where it's like the whole, I kind of contributed to this, but yet I get to play victim too. I get
Exactly.
and then if anybody calls me out, then I'm persecuted, and to hell with you.
Right.
Shame on you.
Yeah. Shame
And
on
it's
you
just
for
like,
doing that. Yeah.
I have a quick
gross.
comment though, because that comment in chat. You
Okay.
know, you don't look at Kresha and Megan as the creators. This is their family they're talking about.
Yeah,
Nobody
Exactly.
can judge
Exactly.
them on it. And also, this helps them process what they're going through, and we're here for it.
Absolutely right.
So,
Absolutely right.
you
And
know,
Laura Greer, this is a great question. Megan, why did she say that? Do we know what? Did she just come out of it? Did it just come flying out of her mouth? Megan's a liar out of the blue? Do we know?
I mean, you know, Summer has this narrative that she likes to tell about me. She has a set of lies that she likes to tell about me, that things that just aren't true. She won't talk to me about it. I've reached out to her actually. When she threatened to sue me, I left an open invitation. I'm like, please talk to me about it. She's never contacted me. She has never once contacted me. But what she likes to say, you know, out in public is that I'm a liar. And the thing is that if I'm telling the truth, it makes her family look bad.
That's the
If
whole
I'm
point.
telling the truth, it makes her look bad, frankly. And I think that's the reason why she leads with that. And it is weird. It is odd to me. Like, I didn't say anything in court. I didn't speak. I didn't give a statement. I was sitting there in the gallery, there to support my chosen family, by the way.
Right, right.
There to support the people that have embraced me and who have loved me better than my own family has.
Right.
I didn't say a word about Summer. I didn't say a word about any of the Cox family that day. I didn't even speak to the press. I could have gone down, like when I left the courtroom, Rex was down there talking.
Yeah, he went up to the microphone.
He went up to the microphone. I could have gone down there when he was finished and made a statement if I wanted to, but I didn't. I
Right.
spoke to my friends. I spoke to Kresha. I spoke to the people that I knew. And I left that for the actual victims. I left that for Brandon and his family. I left that for Kay. I left that for Jerry. Let them go do the press conference. I'm on the outer concentric ring. So I didn't even say anything. So the fact that I said nothing, and that's what she chose to say.
Right.
But this isn't just, it's also goes to, I've heard Adam say this too, you know, 3 times, one time, you know, boom, boom. Anyways, it's just, it's going to happen. My thing is, isn't this the same thing that Lori did where she deemed everybody dark in her family and told everybody else except for the actual victims? Okay. They were the last to find out.
This is my point.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
This is my point. This is exactly what they did to Charles. Lori said, Charles is having an affair. He's cheating. Don't talk to him. And the same exact thing is happening here. Adam and Summer and Braxton and other family members are saying, Megan's lying. Don't talk to her. Don't talk to Megan. Don't listen to Megan.
Colby regrets to this day. He believed his mother, and he regrets that. He said that in a statement. He regrets that he believed her, and he didn't talk to Charles. Okay, so it's just, it's tragic. That's the tragic part,
It is.
you know?
It really is. And like people are saying in chat, Kresha and Megan, you guys have a right to talk and say whatever you want.
I do.
And like
I know.
Stacy said, we're here for you. We are here for you anytime. Ladies, it's getting late, and this old bat is starting to fade fast. But I mean, we could go on all night. If you guys want to stay and talk, I'm here for it. So, is there anything that we haven't covered tonight that you guys want to touch on?
No, I mean, there's so much to unpack and to process. It's so hard because, you know, there's so much trauma and there's so much to deal with that, you know, we're trying to process through our own stuff. And I know people in chat are trying to process their own stuff, and you guys are too. And it's, the thing is like, I would love to say that it's over, but it's not, because I still want to look at her latest interview, which I haven't looked at yet.
It's
you know,
horrible.
I still want to do sort of a recap on the sentencing, because there were so many things that moved me, and there were so many things I was grateful for. So there are still words to say, and I'm going to still say them on my channel. Am I going to spend the rest of my life on this? No.
Maybe.
But what I am going to do,
what is it?
But what I am going to do is I'm going to apply what I've learned here to lots of other things. So am I going to keep mentioning it? Absolutely, 100%. And look, I completely respect somebody who says, for me, when the victim impact statements were done and the sentencing was read, I was done and I was ready to move on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so glad for you that you're ready to move on. Some of us
Right.
aren't. And we're going to keep
Exactly.
talking about it until we are.
Until we're ready. Exactly. I mean, we have over 1,000 people in chat, you know,
Cool.
and there's a lot of people that still want to hear it. And that's the beautiful thing. You guys, can you hang on for 90 seconds?
Of course.
90 seconds or
That's
60
good.
seconds, maybe, because I need to talk about, we have so many new members or no new people here in chat. And everybody, if you could please, and we'll put the links up to Crush's channel and to Megan's channel, be sure and join their channel. Subscribe, it's free, and hit the thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to Websleuth's YouTube Live, we would greatly appreciate it. Now, we have a wonderful partner in the great people at DNA Solves. And they are, I mean, I can't begin to tell you about this wonderful group of people, of scientists and researchers who literally just spend their lives trying to find the families of these people. They find the remains. Sometimes it's just a little sliver of a bone that's maybe 50 years old. But you know what they do? They work night and day to try and find the families so the families can finally find out what happened to their loved one. Now, each one of these cases costs $7,500. $7,500. And that's why that we ask, if you can, I'm going to put a link here in chat, and it is pinned at the top of chat. If you could become what's called a subscriber to DNA Solves, that's just like a monthly donation. Even if it's $1 a month, it could make a huge difference. And can you imagine your loved one walking out the door one day, the person you
Yeah.
love the most, vanishing? What the hell? And that's what these people do night and day, is to find these family members, and they're able to call and tell them, we have found your loved one. And sometimes they also find a murderer too. So you guys, I can't say enough about the wonderful people at DNA Solves. Kresha and Megan, I'd love to take you down to the Woodlands in Texas, to their lab, because it is so cool. It's amazing. So again, I've put the link in chat. It is pinned to chat. If you could just click on that, read about some of the cases, and become a monthly subscriber. Like I said, $1 a month would mean a lot. It could really, really help. Okay, thank you. I wanted to get that in there because we have so many new people here. I want to tell them about DNA Solves. But so let me ask you, Kresha, do you have anything planned coming up specifically? Any live stream that you're doing, or any project that you're working on?
Yeah. Me and Joe always do a Tuesday night live.
Tuesday night.
So
That's a
that'll
great
be
one.
tomorrow night. We talk about ritualistic child abuse, basically in the church, but we're kind of expanding on that too, because it's everywhere. It's not
Right.
just prone to Mormonism or Catholicism, or it just everywhere. It's disgusting. And I also have not, like, I've been driving, going, and then driving, coming back. I came back from Phoenix today, or got home today, probably
Right.
about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So my head's still spinning, and I have not been able to talk about the sentencing hearing at all. So, I mean, besides a little bit in chat, I think with Joe was on, and a little bit, sprinkled through, I haven't been able to like talk about it, and I'm dying to talk about it.
Well, you're always welcome to come back here and talk about it. I mean, anytime you want.
And I've definitely wanted to share that with you, what I thought Trina K implied whenever the hearing was over, and Vicky was like, Laurie, rot in prison, and she was like, wink. And then we were brought into this back room off the back, or this room off the back of the courtroom. And I mean, there's a lot of us, right? And I mean, Megan was in there, I was in there, Brandon, his family, my mom, Jerry, just everybody was in there.
Right.
Trina came in. Was it? I don't remember if it was the victim's advocate. I think so. That came in too. And she was like, I'm stirring the pot, and I mean, she was talking about, she was thanking all of us for trusting her to do this, to hold Laurie accountable.
That's
And
wonderful.
I mean, she's my damn hero, straight up.
And she looked at Brandon and said, You and I are
she's
going to have a
like,
meeting to talk about you know who.
yeah. I mean, and so it's not fact. Don't go and repeat this and say Chris said. No,
Yeah.
because she didn't come right out and say it. But I mean, we're not dumb people. You know, we're picking up I think I'm picking up what she put down. She said to Brandon, pointed at him, was like, you and I have to have a meeting. And I mean, I suspect it's because there are children involved and he's sharing custody with her. Therefore, might want to, strategically do this so that there's no more children being harmed here. Not to say that they won't hurt or harm, be harmed by their mother going. I don't know how this is going to work. I didn't go that far. I'm just saying, like, that's what I picked up on. I have high hopes. High hopes. I don't know when. It'll be a surprise to all of us. So I don't think it'd be more refreshing and more what's the word, relieving, except it has to be really relieving for Brandon
Yes.
if and when that does happen.
Exactly.
And I also caught his brother saying that too.
Yes, his brother gave a great statement that basically said that, some others need to be held responsible. We know who he was talking without saying her name.
Right.
And remember, they share 50-50 custody. Now, this is the woman that said her kids were dark and that Alex, while he was dead, was going to take care of her two kids, the ones that were dark. What did that mean? She went to his parents' home trying to grab the kids with Alex. Why? All of this is very scary. And I think in my opinion, it's obvious she knew what was going to happen to Brandon. And hopefully that means.
Some weird sounds, girl.
Yeah, what is
Y'all
that
have some
sound?
weird sounds?
Stacy, is that you? Sounds like a washing machine. Hold
I
on.
was hearing that. Let me see if it's my earbud. Hold on.
I bet it is. I hate earbuds. Oh, it's something with Megan.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds like a clothes in a washing machine.
That's weird.
I just muted you and it stopped.
Yeah. So Trina, bro, you loud. I'm just being.
It's weird. It sounds like you're washing your clothes.
Who is it?
Well,
Is it me?
I didn't change anything. I don't know what happened.
It's Keegan Monner, but that's okay.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Now it stopped. That's weird. So anyway, let's just hope that they do have enough evidence to charge her, because it worries me that she has 50-50 custody, and God knows what she's telling them, because she did believe Lori and Chad and followed them, and now she claims she didn't. But do we believe that? I don't know.
The evidence shows, it will show. I do believe. I don't think Trina would even attempt to touch it if she didn't think that she could prove it in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
and it scares me.
Complete faith. Don't y'all have more faith? I do. I have more faith in the judicial system.
Now,
it was, Judge Boreski, he looked dead at me the whole time, and it was so crazy because I was like, I'd look up and he was just, he's cute.
He was locked in.
Like, holy crap. He is like engaged big time, it gave me a lot. Of confidence.
Good.
And I started to talk a little louder,
Exactly. Exactly. And go ahead, Megan.
No, I'm so grateful for Crusha. I think you did such a great job.
I know you really did, Crusha. It was wonderful.
You got some good ones in there. And I was blown away when you decided to read part of mine. I didn't expect that at all. And, but thank you. Thank you for getting that in there.
I wanted it to be on record. That was my thing. And I was like, did you see the part where I was like, I started to read more and I was like, oh, okay,
This
let me
is
skip
long.
down. And then I was like, I just need to credit Megan. I didn't say your last name. And I was just like, I got back to my chair and I was like, Megan, I just did no justice to that.
You did. No, it was great. And honestly, I've seen a lot of people commenting that Lori got very activated during that part when you were talking about her being Lolly. So I'm so grateful for that.
We got to talk about this because I could not see out of the back of my head. And
I think that I think it bothered Lori. I think it really did. And
Good.
so I'm really
Look at Summer?
grateful.
I'm just wondering.
I couldn't see Summer from where I was sitting. And to be honest with you, I really wasn't paying attention to Lori. There were a couple of times where I did stare her down because I was like, how is she going to react to this? But I really wasn't, like, it was almost to me like she almost wasn't there, you know, because I was
Right.
focusing so much on the statements and on my emotions and all of that. And I think you did such a great job. And I also have to say, Todd blew me away
Mm-hmm.
because he brought the real to Lori by describing to her what it's like when you're in prison.
She
Mhm. Yes.
what pissed me off though is she was going.
Oh, she was?
being
Oh,
validated, and I was like, "You effing, you know what?"
I
Oh.
also have to say, the detectives were sitting behind me.
Mhm.
And when Lori was giving her statement and she was complaining about the conditions in jail, they were like, don't kill someone then.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
try
and
not
then
murdering people. Right.
and then when she was saying, you know, isn't 7 lifetimes enough? And they were all like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to a point at the end there where I didn't even care anymore. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like just be straight faced or not. And I was just started.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I did do, because I've had that weird eye lock with her before in her first trial.
Right.
This time we locked eyes a lot. She was always looking over at,
Really?
I don't know, at me, Mom, Todd. She really wasn't looking that way
Yeah.
further
Wow.
down. So whether or not I'm saying we locked eyes plenty of times and I never broke contact. She
Good.
would. I
Good.
would just, I was eye muscling her, you know, however that
Good.
is. And I was like, I don't know. I wish I could have been more convicted. And Mom also said that she was like, oh crap, it hadn't been 13 years since his adoption. It was 11. And I was like,
Oh, that's
it's
okay.
Mom.
You know,
It's
Oh,
okay.
well.
yeah.
She makes stuff up all the time, you know.
It was, you know, it was good. It was what your mom did was amazing. When she read the letter as JJ, oh my God,
Oh
everybody's
my
heart
gosh.
just,
Yes.
yeah.
She reacted the most to Larry's. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
Larry's was great. His was great too.
Yeah.
Especially at the end, you know. It
Yeah.
really was. Well,
Yeah, so
ladies,
maybe we can do that. I don't know, Megan. It's up to you. I haven't done
Yeah.
that with my community, so
I haven't done it either. And I was just telling these guys, I couldn't do it alone. And I thought you had already like done a full thing with Joe. And so I invited Jean and Randy, but I mean, you're
no,
welcome
that's
to
fine.
come. Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do it
Let's do
alone
it.
probably, and then I think
yeah.
so.
Well,
I think
if you guys want to do it, let me know and we'll promote it. You're welcome to
Okay.
come on here, whatever you want to do. Just know you always have an open platform here, okay?
Thank
But
always.
at least
Thank you so much.
at least we can promote it for you if you guys, you know, get together on Megan's or your channel, Kresha. So, and we'll be putting both your channels in the description as well.
Thank you.
Everybody, I can't thank you enough. This, you know, this turned out amazing. I've been on the edge of my seat. You ladies are so compelling and so fascinating to listen to, and your journeys are incredible. And thank you for being so honest. That's hard to do, and we really appreciate it. We really do. And we're here for you anytime. Okay.
Thank you.
Any
Trish.
final? You bet. Any final words, Kresha?
Love always wins.
There you go. And my darling Keegan Monner, any final words?
Thanks for putting up with my silly name tonight. It's just because it's, you know, whenever I go into chat and people are like, Megan's not here.
Yeah.
So I
We
was
call it
I was
other
just
names.
trying,
Yeah.
I was just trying to be silly, but I'm so grateful for this community. You guys have been such a big part of helping me to have a voice and to share my experience and my story. I'm just grateful for that opportunity because so many people don't get it. And I'm just grateful for all the people who care so much about justice for these victims. I've been blown away by, you know, the outpouring of love and support from all of these people who really just really want to know the truth and see justice for the victims. And that purity of intent is really inspiring to me. So I'm just grateful.
Well
Ladies,
said.
thank you so much. We'll have you on again very, very soon. Okay. You be safe now. Take care out there.
Take care.
We love you guys. We'll see you.
Love
Bye.
you too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Stacy, too.
Bye-bye. Wow, I did not expect this tonight. I mean, I'm grateful. I'm thrilled. You know, I did not expect the time flew by. I looked up. I thought it would have been like 90 minutes, and it's been, you know, close to 4 hours. I couldn't believe it. I mean, like I said, I could listen to both of those ladies forever and ever. So I want to
Yeah.
thank everybody in chat. You guys are great. I want to thank Four Sons Mom, Moonlight View, Yuta. Lin Jen 2 wasn't here tonight, but she'll be back tomorrow night. And Alicia Gallegos, ladies, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody from Megan's chat and from Crush's chat. We really, really do appreciate it. So Stacy, thank you, my darling. Are you doing okay?
Yes, I am.
Great. Okay, everybody, please check out websleuth.com, the very best true crime discussion forum in the universe. And on behalf of Othram Tex Bug Nugget the First, myself, Scrappy Joe, and let's see, who else is here? Oh, yeah, Boo and Lilith. We wish you a very good night. See you on websleuth.com, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.